Now, find Leon and Sadler. Leon's headed for their sanctuary. I'll meet him there.
Alright, perfect. Alright. Yo, no cap, what's good? Yo, no cap, what's good? What's good? Alright. Got these two good right? Nope. Yo, champion, what is up? Wait, they're all in MW2? I'm still reading. Just give me 1 second. I'm still trying to, like... I don't want to. By the way, who here saw Peter's new face? Bro, if that's the case, hey, if that's the case, then, well, let me hold on a minute, let me turn the volume down. Alright, chat, can y'all still hear the game? Cause, like, I'm kinda, like, blocked right now. Alright, let's go. I have to fight him again. Yeah, Peter's face looks weak. Peter's face looks so weak. Yeah. So yeah, all the people that were hating about Ben Jordan's face model, bro. I literally, and by the way, anybody that wants to know why I'm cheesing it right now, I cannot deal with Sadler shit.
Knife needs
You know what I mean? Exactly. People are just sitting there shitting on Ben Jordan's face model for no reason. I'm like, bruh. You don't stop shitting on it. It's like, bruh, if you're gonna do that, then you're still gonna get the game regardless. So it's like you're still gonna get the game.
Welcome, stranger.
That's the only thing I'm concerned about. I don't really care because like whenever I played Miles Morales on PS4 for the first time, I was like, whatever.
Your weapons are in good hands, mate.
So you the same relax, dude. Oh, speaking of that. I don't know if we're gonna be able to have symbiote variants because I want to check out the symbiote variants. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna upgrade. I really don't need a huge massive upgrade because like I'm playing Ada. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just spam it. Sorry, out my RPG.
This kind of come.
There ain't for no reason. Fact. And on top of that, I can understand why they're connected to like the Bumyak model, though I'm not gonna lie to you. But it's like, here's the thing. Even Yuri came out and said, "Let it go, please." I'm like, okay. I was like, my boy just shut everybody down with like 1 to 2 words. Bro. Oh, there ain't no way that you're just said this. Bro, the weapons look so good. Get me out of here. called smart direction. I think that's like 200 if you count the suits that we have in miles. I'm gonna be honest. I think that's like 200 suits. If you count the ones we have for miles, that's a good like style like 200 suits. No! I'm not dying here. And I die. You're saying let's keep playing Seperate? I heard that. I was like, I want to see more. I need more. I heard that. I was like, we need more. That's what made me think that we need more. Because, like, he wants to play Spider-Man forever, bro. Like, every single time, whenever. Especially, I reread Spider Shadow, too. And I was like, bro, why can't I picture Yuri saying something like this?
Here we go.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, yes, sir. Yuri needs to play more. I want to hear his voice fighting Goblin, though. Just run, Ada, just run. Raven's such an bro, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen though. I'm gonna be honest. That has to be like my favorite. I don't care what anyone says, that's like my favorite scene in the whole entire gameplay, bro. But oh shit. Yeah, I'm not dealing with a machine gunner. Yeah, let me back up.
Lights out.
Bro, this is what I honestly think is gonna happen. I truly do think that Peter is okay. So I'm gonna be honest. Do you guys think that Peter's gonna kill somebody? Because like I know that we had that like talk before, but like you see him like killing someone, or like nearly. Because like, I can see him not listening to Miles. I can see him not listening to Miles or anything. He's just like, yeah, probably. I can see him almost probably nearly killing Craven or whoever MJ is looking at in that shot. Probably she's watching Peter kill someone or nearly come into his life and killing someone. Yo, Big Mac, what's up? Or MJ? Between Miles Game 2 argument or MJ? That's what I'm thinking. Because the lighting in that shot looks like Spider Shadow. So I was like, did he not take it off? He probably doesn't want to take it off because of how powerful he was put on. That's what I'm thinking. So she's probably scared at that moment. And I guess the symbiote, and keep in mind, I really do think that's the symbiote making Peter do all this. I think that's Venom talking. I'm gonna be flat out honest. I do think that was Venom talking. Bro, I can't wait to see, I'm gonna be honest. I do not think it's Harry anymore. I don't see it being Harry. I see it being Eddie. Symbiote blast, bro, the symbiote blast is so fire. I was like, nope, no, they did not have to go this hard. I'm ready to see the symbiote blast. See you guys later. And I'm just gonna over here, grab this thing. Alright, I'm gonna one-shot Sadler. The rage mode looks... Don't even get me started on the rage mode. I thought the finishers that him and Miles were doing looked way worse, but no. 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 That's worse.
Almost there.
I was like, that's worse. The symbiote surge? Yeah, that's rage mode. But I was just looking at it and I was like, no. We thought the finishers that we got with Miles and Peter for the dual takedowns was way worse. But no. No. That's worse.
What can I do you for? Your valuables won't do you much good in the grave. Stranger! Ooh, I'll pay a pretty penny for that. I don't always have this in stock, stranger.
I don't always have this in stock. How much does it cost for the Ada? Alright, I'm just gonna grab 2 first aid sprays.
Well struck.
And then
Why not try your hand at a new gun?
I'm gonna buy 2 spare charms, and then
or you'll come back anytime.
bro, I can't wait to see what that whole entire season will be like. I'm excited for that. Equip to the left. Wait, hold up, equip to the left.
I can hardly contain myself. You're really gonna do it, stranger.
Alright, jump over this. Alright, Sadler. I'm gonna make this quick. So I'm not gonna lie. I got a really short ass attention span for this dude. I don't think he is. He can be, but the thing is though, like when it's negative, he doesn't remember nothing.
And let it be so.
I'm gonna let y'all know. Yeah, I replayed the campaign yesterday all night, so well not the whole entirety. I played like all of it last night, saved up to get the Wayward. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot harder fighting Sadler without his whole entire full-on monster form, or his whole entire Plaga form. Alright, this time I win. Alright, I'll make this shit quick.
Wayward lamb, servant of the...
Control, come in. I have the package.
Wait, Miles Morales? Oh yeah, I'm replaying Miles Morales.
This is gonna be hard to explain at customs.
Well done, Ada. Evacuate immediately.
Understood.
Someone is coming to pick you up.
I'm obviously gonna replay Miles. Bro, I swear if he is backed up after I just one-shotted his ass.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't wait to see. Bro, okay, here's the question. Do you guys think that that's Venom? Do you guys think that Harry's Venom? Because, here's the thing. I can't show the trailer, right? You know it's coming, Pete? Bro, I can't show the trailer. I can't because, Stalin said that he tried to, and, Insomniac got him. I think it was James that got him. I want to show you guys the trailer so bad. It's all over Twitter. But if I show it, then James Stevens is probably going to end up fighting. Oh, so you're not telling me that I have to fight him again as Ada, bro? Because if I do, that's gonna end up with me doing the exact same thing.
Not long until the bombs on this island start popping off. Time to wrap things up. Just what I was looking for.
Alright, let's see.
I need to hurry.
4 hours? Watch this, I'm gonna eliminate him. Gonna go down here.
Here, catch.
Hit a grenade. Pop. Sorry, I might want to play it unprofessional, so I'm scouting all my stuff.
I was afraid of that.
Yo! Run. Alright, Chad, watch this. Ah! Man. I'm still. Let's go. Go. Stop. Stop.
I don't have much time.
Yes, you're good. He's good. He's good. He's good. He's good. All right, now give him the RPG so we can leave.
Deja vu.
Bro, I can't wait to see what that thing's gonna be like. If they do that whole, actually,
I'm getting sick of your shit.
Time to end this. Hold on, Leon.
why? Why is that now I'm involved? Get to the way. A grenade. Bro, what? Bro, I'm insanely annoyed. Okay, hold up. Let's lock in. I am right here. Now let me log in, because I'm not. See, look. I do not like the way. See, look, this whole entire. This is nothing but just death. Or do I have to immerse myself?
I can still make it.
Get rid of him first. I hate rocket launchers, bro. I fucking hate the dudes with rocket launchers, bro. They're annoying. I got. I honestly think that's what they're doing. They gotta do that. Paul, that's a good one. They have gotta do that. Because that whole entire scene has to be in there. Because, like, why on earth would the window be open? Like, why would that window be open, bro? It's on the dude. They've got to recreate all that, bro.
Leon needs help. Hurry.
Well, I'm glad I didn't see you for the rest of the campaign. At least for this scenario.
I'm on it.
See, like, there's a reason. Okay, chat, there's a reason why I'm glad I didn't see Ashley. Bro, we need to have either. Bro, where am I going? I designed this power grid. And I'm gonna be like, God. Our God named. Okay. Like, okay, so you want a guy named Sparkle. This guy named
Use this.
Alright. Now, Leon. Use that and we're out of here. I use it. Okay, cool. We need that too. Oh. I'll give you a holy boy. Tasm Tutu. We need Tasm Tutu. I want Miles' Iron Spider Suit. I want Andrew's Tasm Tutu. I want Sensational, even though I'm not really a fan of Sensational. I want Sensational. I want Spectacular. I, 'cause, I, 'cause, 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 'cause,
you doing?
Nothing personal, Leon. Luis and I had an
Nothing
arrangement.
personal, yeah.
Don't worry.
All
I'll
right.
take good care of it.
That's GG's. And then the last one I want could just be a random suit that they can just come up
Here.
with. I want to cross the
Coming?
Spider-Verse though.
I think we both know this is where we go our separate ways.
I see.
The electric fruit suit? Oh, you want the electric fruit suit? I don't think we're gonna get the electric fruit suit. I don't want Spider Carnage from Phasm 2 though.
Better
Go away,
get a move
y'all.
on.
Bro, I still can't believe it. And that whole entire here's the only thing that was really good in that whole entire Phasm series.
Cute.
For one, I'm confused on how Harry figured out that Peter was Spider-Man and how he was with Gwen at the power. That's okay, yeah. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that does make sense.
Leon!
I don't think that MJ. Here's the thing. I don't think that MJ's gonna die though. Cause I'm not gonna lie, chat.
Patch
If
me
we
through.
get Gwen in the game, I want Miles. I want her and Miles to be together.
I've
I'm
obtained
I want
the
her
amber.
and Miles. I want Gwen and
Excellent.
Miles to end up being friends. You know.
Just one
I
question.
want Gwen and Miles.
What are you planning to do with this?
I do not pay you to ask questions. All you need to know
Cause I'm like,
is a new
nah,
dawn
we
is
do not
breaking.
need
100
another
will give their
repeat.
lives so that just one may live. I am expediting that change.
So, we're talking millions of casualties.
Billions.
Billion.
How ambitious. We're changing course now.
Bro, I can't wait to see the lizard fight. And y'all are all calling me crazy about the sewer fight. So many people said they could not see him fighting in the sewer, bro. He's in the sewer. Someone said no lab's gonna be in the sewer. I called it. We're gonna have a boss fight lizard in the sewer and his labs in the sewer. So I'm like, and then after I see the fight, I'm like, yep, we got what we wanted. Blitzwinger actually said that too, that Connor's lab is in the sewer. And I was like, yes, I predicted it. I can't see that, bro. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen once Peter gets to down. I truly do think that Peter is gonna. Well, we just beat it. We just beat it. We just beat it. Can I skip cutscene? Wait, that was credits, right? Ah, wait, I just missed the cutscene.
This is Control, you're flying off course, report.
Wait a minute, it goes into it too?
Report. This is Control, you're flying off course, report.
I did play it on hardcore though. I don't see how I can get both trophies because I played it a lot. And yes, there's a way you can cheat the trophy. So if anybody says anything, no, I didn't cheat. No, I didn't cheat the trophy.
Oh, Ada. What to do with you?
Choppers is still within range, sir. Should we open fire?
No. Her little act of defiance changes nothing. Besides, we have all we need.
Is this Krauser's body?
We continue. As planned.
Hold up, are they really teasing RE5?
Soon, the sun will set on the age of man.
Yeah, they literally just teased RE5. Okay, whatever. I'll save. I'll save. Even though I'm not gonna do a new playthrough of it. Alright, we W's. Alright, so there's that DLC. I just want to see. Hold on a minute. Go. I have to go back and meet on hardcore. I can do that off screen. Everything will give a hug. Yeah, I'm not doing it personal. I can go back and beat it on hardcore, but I'm gonna have to do a new playthrough. Alright, so we're chilling. Hold on. I'm surprised I actually got an A on that. That's insanely weird because I thought I would get a an S plus. Alright. Now on to a chat. What else? What else? Alright, so chat, what else do we play? Or do y'all want me to look at the trailer for the CGI? Like I saw it, but I don't know if I want to play it, because like if I play it, then I'm afraid that Insomniac's gonna snipe. Oh, look at my phone. Do y'all think Insomniac's gonna snipe? Because like I don't want them to snipe. Oh, and Sadat dropped the video too. Alright, I'll play it. I'm gonna hope that I don't get sniped for this. Actually, I'm not gonna risk it. We can cure them. There's no need to stop me. Bro, I can't wait to see what that's gonna be like, because it does seem like that's gonna happen. Alright, we're gonna react to some Sadat the gamer real quick, but first things first, I wanna check out see if anything okay, so it's just a okay. So I was watching Dom stream too. So yeah. There's no need to stop me. Bro, I can't wait to see what that's gonna be like. That's gonna be so heat once you get that scene. Alright, so let's see if we can Sadat dropped the video too. I want to check his out too. And after that, I think Keenan also dropped one. Alright, let's check out some Sadat. I was like a very short stream. But it's like I don't mind it being a short stream.
For Spider-Man 2 just dropped, giving us our first look at the fight against Venom.
Yep.
Durag Nation, I'm back again with Super News Bits, breaking down all the superhero news you need in less than 3 minutes. So if you want to be kept up to date with games like Marvel Spider-Man 2, hit the like button so YouTube will share this with everyone, but if it wasn't for you, change it to a dislike. Looks like I was right again.
How do you tell somebody
How
that
do
you
you
care about deeply? I told you so.
In my video from a few days ago, I mentioned that Insomniac wasn't done with the marketing yet, and there would
They're
still
not.
be much more coming,
Yes.
including a TV spot, and we just got the TV spot. In addition, we got even more information about the gameplay and features of Marvel Spider-Man 2 from a developer interview and a tease for a new villain. First off, we got some awesome information about the open world of Marvel Spider-Man 2 from a German interview with Insomniac developer Jeanette Lee. Not only will you be able to explore the new boroughs of Queens,
Yeah, I heard about this.
Brooklyn, and even Coney Island, but while you're on Coney Island, you can actually ride the roller coaster, which sounds awesome.
No.
Unclear if it's part of a mission or something you can do whenever, but I'm here for it. We also learned that not only will the Spider-Man you're not controlling at the time be out in the open world fighting crime, giving you the ability to join them, but they'll jump in to help you from time to time as well.
Wait. Where's that tweet at? Hold on. Wait. There's some potential information. Yeah. But I'm not. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I already knew that. Well, I don't want to say I knew that we could, but I'm not gonna lie. Lindsay kind of teased this. Lindsay asked us to see what ride to see which ride in Coney Island we're gonna ride first. So I was like, that's what made me automatically think that it was. That's what made me think. It's like, oh, all the rides we can ride on all of them. So that's what I was like. Lindsay already technically confirmed this.
Coney Island, you can actually ride the roller coaster, which sounds awesome. Unclear if it's part of a mission or something you can do whenever, but I'm here for it. We also learned that not only will the Spider-Man you're not controlling at the time be out in the open world fighting crime, giving you the ability to join them, but they'll jump in to help you from time to time as well, making the world feel a lot more immersive and the random crimes feel more exciting since you never know when Peter or Miles will drop in. We also seemingly got confirmation of another new villain, Blitzwinger, who was one of the creators flown out to LA to play an early demo of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, he spoiled. I don't know what happened. Okay, so chat. Does anyone know how Blitzwinger spoiled something? Because, like, I don't know. Did he spoil something? Because I was here. Oh my god, my voice is gone. I did hear something about Blitzwinger spoiling something. I don't know. He said something. I don't know what he said in one of his live streams, but he just flat out said something. And after that, he said, oh, spoilers. I don't know what it was.
Tease what I suspected from watching the preview event. Insomniac built Kraven the Hunter's room for the creators to explore, and as part of that, there was a family tree with one of...
Already talked about this. Sadat, if you say what I think you're saying, bro.
The names crossed out. I believe that name was Kraven's half-brother, the famous Spider-Man villain Chameleon.
Yes! Oh my god, yes! Sadat! Same brain. Cause like I don't know if you guys saw this over on Twitter. I posted this over on Twitter. Hold up. I posted this over on Twitter, right? Where I flat out said that 2 of the names were crossed out. And I was like, one of them has to be Chameleon, right? One of them has to be Chameleon, and I think Kraven's father. Oh, let's see if I can find the tweet. Bro, Sadat, you and me are, oh my god. Sadat, we big braining. Trying to see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. Like the full list. Like, why would those 2 names be crossed out? Like, why would these 2 names be crossed out? So one of them has to be Chameleon. So I'm gonna assume that there's a V in there. Yep. Actually, no. No. Wait. If you guys look closely, I don't know if you guys can tell, but hold on, man. Let me go back to Sadat's video. Hold on. Ah, he doesn't have it on there. pretty much you have Kraven's whole entire family tree, right? But if you look at it, 2 names are crossed out. So this one has to be Chameleon. I'm gonna say this one has to be Chameleon. And hold on a minute. Then which one? Okay, so 38 is well. Yeah, one of them has to be Chameleon. I don't know who this second one is, but I know for a fact that it has to be something. I know for a fact that he has to be someone.
Oh, I believe that name was Kraven's half-brother, the famous Spider-Man villain Chameleon,
Yeah.
and Blitzwinger confirmed the crossed-out name would be revealed during the game while trying to not drop any big spoilers. The biggest news, though, was a TV spot for Spider-Man 2 that originally aired in Portugal. An English version will soon be dropping as well.
That was okay, so that was the teaser that we saw on Twitter that no one cannot show. That's the one that no one cannot see or show. It's that teaser that no one cannot see or show.
Teaser shows Peter and Miles doing battle in the city against Venom and includes a brief touching scene of Peter visiting the grave of May and Miles looking at a photo of his father before they both head out for battle against the symbiote monster. There's still much more coming from Marvel Spider-Man 2, including another trailer. I'll talk about that in the next video on screen.
YouTube Premium.
Exactly. Nobody doesn't know about that. Nobody doesn't know about that at all. Only certain ones know that Chameleon is Kraven's half-brother. Alright, so let's see. Salvage. I know that Salvage posted another video. Yeah, I started watching this last night, but I was like, nah.
Fucking damn it. I got copyright strike because I wanted to show you guys that
I saw that and I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and do
Venom trailer. I can't post any pictures in the thumbnail. I can't post the video up on here on YouTube, but it is on my Twitter. If you want to go to my Twitter, go ahead and check it out. I'll probably post it on TikTok. I don't really use TikTok, so I might as well get taken down anyway. I fucking hate that shit. All right, so this Venom trailer is very awesome. It's essentially like a Venom boss battle, and realistically, we're probably not going to get something like this in the game. Like
we're not.
Maybe it is something like this in the game. I don't really know, but the gist of it is, at the end of it, they basically say, you know, this is my power, this is my responsibility, I am Spider-Man.
Yeah, so he translated, so this is interesting, because he translated from Portuguese, I don't know how, okay, so the trailer is Portuguese, so yeah, he had to translate it to English.
That's what the quote is in Brazil. It is in Brazilian, and this, of course, came up on Brazil first.
Why did I say Brazilian? It came out Brazilian, but it did come out Brazilian, so no wonder I was watching it. I was I thought it was Portuguese, and I was like, wait, wrong language.
Maybe it is something like this in the game. I don't really know, but the gist of it is, at the end of it, they basically say, you know, this is my power, this is my responsibility, I am Spider-Man, and that's what the quote is in Brazil. It is in Brazilian, and this, of course, came up on Brazil first. I don't know why there's a HD version of it, and I still got copyright claimed or copyright.
Wait, there's an HD version? Hey, someone sent me the HD version.
Striked. I mean, like, goddamn, Muto TNT, you really had to do that? I can't even talk to Insomniac about it, because last time I did this, James Stevenson wanted to talk shit about me. So, anyway, he bragged about copyright striking people for posting things that was posted from them. Okay. Anyway, I genuinely think that this is a really cool trailer, and I really think that this could be.
You got to the trailer or not? I can't, because that would be copyright strike. Because, like, I guess Insomniac's starting to realize, like, oh, yeah, we need to hurry up because they got a hand to this. I don't know how someone got a hand to this. I don't know who got a hand to this, but now it's spreading like wildfire.
Information that Peter's not Venom. All you people that thought Peter was Venom.
I'm not going to lie. A lot of people are saying that Peter is not going to be Venom. Especially after seeing that trailer, that confirms everything. But it's like, bro, that's a boss fight. That's just the boss fight. That's just the boss fight, bro. Like, of course Peter is going to be fighting Venom. The statue already the 19-inch statue kind of already proved that, but I'm like, I think it's Harry. Maybe I can't see it being Harry. The only way I can see it being Harry is if Harry ends up getting mad at Peter for some reason, or Peter ends up telling Harry that the symbiote is dangerous, they shouldn't have it. And that could lead into the whole entire thing where Harry's dying and Peter destroys it. And after that, he thinks the symbiote's destroyed. It gets onto him, and we have that whole entire rage moment where Harry gets the symbiote. Here's the thing. I'm still thinking that Peter could possibly turn into Venom while the symbiote is on his body. What Harry said, speed up. I don't know. They're best friends. I don't think that Harry would. In the lab. I don't think that was a setup in the lab. Because Harry was down. Harry got knocked down by the hunters. And Peter pushed him out of the way. So I don't think that Harry set Pete up in that situation. But like, here's the thing though. I can see Peter, and you guys already saw this in my video about how I think Peter might become Venom. I'm not saying that he could become Venom. Like, I'm not saying that he can become the main Venom. But say while the symbiote is on his body, Venom might come out a little bit in him. And he could be the first Venom. And then once Miles and Peter fight, Miles is going to help Peter get the symbiote off of him. And the symbiote's going to go to our mystery host.
Venom, look at you now. Peter and Venom in the same spot, quite literally.
They
fighting.
are.
It would not make any sense. It would not make a semblance of sense if he was actually Venom. And then they just pull the rug right out from under us. It would make more sense if it was Eddie than Peter at this point. I mean, why the fuck? Anyway, I really like what they were doing, showing, Peter and Miles kind of like working together there. And I think that would be an amazing boss battle, just having Venom in the streets. And he looks, I mean, like, dude, he looks way bigger. Like, he grabbed Peter with his hand, and his hand was literally like almost the same size as Peter. If it was like that, if he put his hand up like that, I think him and his hand would have been the same size as freaking Peter. And
it has to be. Like, that's the thing. I should around these parts. Yeah, okay. Bro, here's the only thing, though. If that's the case, then... Let me to that trailer, actually. Let me go to that trailer. If that's the case, then the story trailer is wrong. Because, like...
Figure it out.
Especially right here. We have no idea who this is. We still have no idea who on earth this is. Like, I'm going to say that it's Peter. There's some hope. I'm still hoping down the line, since I honestly do think, and I'm just tossing, hope in the dark at this point, honestly. I'm not saying that it's going to be Harry, but it's a possibility that it could be Harry. There's a huge possibility it could be Harry, but I'm going to throw a little shot in the dark. I'm going to say that it's going to be Lee Price. Because the only reason why I can see it being Peter right here is for the fact of we hear Kraven say in that little, like, cutscene, he says that Peter is his final hunt. And Kraven is supposed to be a catalyst, right? So then Kraven's supposed to be the catalyst of the story for Venom to happen. So then explain how we get this part then, because here's the thing where I believe that it could possibly end up being either Kraven or Peter is because of the fact that look at how smooth the hunters pull up like right after. Like, you guys see that? Look at how smooth the hunters just pulled up. When I'm chasing around the city, that would be heat. Like, but like, look at how fast like the hunters pull up. This is what makes me think that it's Kraven. Like, that's what automatically made me think that it was Kraven. So probably Kraven is somehow in Nah, but that won't make sense though. Like, we don't know what the hunters are doing here. All we know is that they just pulled up quickly. That's the only thing that makes me think that they could be playing us into thinking that it could be Kraven. But I really do want Kraven to just be Kraven. Because you guys have to know, Kraven doesn't rely. Here's another thing. Another thing, if it was Kraven, why would Kraven be in the... Why would Kraven be Venom? Kraven is a hunter that doesn't rely on, like, violent tactics unless, like, unless it comes down to that factor where he's going to have to use lethal stuff. That's the only thing that I can see Kraven doing. And if that's the case, then this whole entire part right here doesn't make any sense either. If that's the case, then this whole entire part right here doesn't... I know this is Kraven's place, but if that's the case, then they're taking direct inspiration. Wait a minute. Let's see. They took Kraven's hunt, combine that with Spider-Man hunt. They gotta be doing Spider-Man Hunted then. They gotta be doing Spider-Man Hunted.
This was our dream. I'm not going to lose him.
We're going to...
Him.
Ethan, Jay, you know there were... We'll figure it out.
They gotta be doing... I'm trying to find that picture of Miles, like, loading up his Thunderburst.
This was our dream. I'm not.
Okay, right here. I still honestly, truly do think that MJ might have just saw Peter kill someone.
Not.
See, look. It's so hard to actually get... Okay, wait, hold on. Let me actually slow it down. Okay, so this right here is what makes me think that they're doing the Hunted storyline. Because now that I'm looking at it, I may be right about this. I may be right. I may honestly be right. That whole entire theory that I have about the villains teaming up to fight Kraven, I honestly do think that I'm right about that. It looks like they're taking inspiration from Spider-Man Hunted. Because what if Miles is breaking into Kraven's house and he's trying to get all the villains free? So that way they can help him take out Kraven. Because now that I'm looking at this, I truly do think that it is a possibility.
This is insane because he is massive
All right,
in
so
this
I'll tell
universe, and I think I think that's incredible. That's a good way to go. It makes him a lot more intimidating, and I think the way that, of course, Tony Todd's gonna freaking rep.
Yes.
I didn't even think about the combination of him being so freaking massive, and then him also
being voiced,
voiced by Tony Todd. It's gonna be a terrifying boss battle, or boss battles. You know, we've seen him being fought in the night. We see him being fought in the day, and I think it's very interesting that we see both of that, both in concept art and then, of course, in a trailer like that. And I really hope that we see 2 or 3 boss battles with Venom, rather one with Peter and Venom, one with Miles and Venom, and then one with both Peter and Miles against Venom, or even Miles against Peter slowly transforming as Venom. And then
yes. See, look, so that whole entire theory about Peter being Venom is still on the table. It's still on the table. Peter could be the first Venom. So yeah, I saw it.
Peter and Venom, once whoever gets the symbiote after Peter,
Whoever gets the
and
symbiote
then
after.
we have Peter and Miles versus, of course, Venom. I think that would be a very fun way to go. And personally,
but that's not, that theory is still out there.
I think that that's what they're going to be doing in this game.
It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense, yeah. But the thing is, though, is like down the line, here's the thing, like in the game, like hold. Like we'd have a Miles versus Venom
with Miles and Venom, and then one with both Peter and Miles against Venom, or even
do not have Peter as Venom. Too much time to have Peter as Venom and Harry. I do feel that is true, but like say like if Peter turned into Venom for like the first like say if Peter turns, like I still honestly think that MJ's probably witnessing or probably seeing Peter turn into Venom. I truly do think that if Peter was to be Venom, I can see that happening, like not the whole entire game, but like just for that like section, so we can have Miles help Peter get the symbiote off of Peter, and after that it goes to whoever on Earth our final host is.
And then one with both Peter and Miles against Venom, or even Miles against Peter, slowly transform.
See, like,
as Venom, and then Peter
and then
Venom,
Peter
once whoever gets the symbiote after Peter, and then we have Peter and Miles versus, of course, Venom. I think that would be a very fun way to go. And personally, I think that that's what they're going to be doing in this game overall. They're going to be giving us multiple boss battles. We already seen stuff with Lizard. You know, Miles basically dodging Lizard, not potentially going into a boss fight, and then of course Peter going on and fighting him and stuff like that. And that's a very fun thing to do, is to drag out these villains and actually do very fun and interesting things, because they have.
Chat, I just thought about this. I think I know, and I just randomly thought about this just now, like on the fly, like while I'm watching this, like randomly. You know that scene where Peter and Miles, where Peter says that he's gonna go deal with him himself, or Peter's gonna go deal with Connors himself. And keep in mind, I randomly just thought of this just now. Like randomly, like just now.
It's here to save my friend.
Yo, Games PS4 Igor, thanks for the sub. I appreciate you. A W. What if this whole entire Lizard chase scene is like right after that scene? Yo, yeah, so what's up? Like, what if this whole entire Lizard chase scene takes place like after that whole entire Lizard? Hold. I'm going to like so many. Search on Marvel. I just thought of that. Like, look closely right here.
It's good, Pete. I saved the tracker. Let's go, man, before he gets too far.
No.
He's mine. You sure? He's got big teeth.
So do I.
Like, peep how he just swings away. I don't know, it's an old build. It is an old build, but like this scene's still in there. Like, look at the way he swings away. That whole entire part where he swings away and where Miles says this. Like, look at how he swings away, right? Go back to the new gameplay. This lizard fight has to take place like right. Well, no, he fights him in the sewer. He fights him in the sewers. Wait, hold up. No, I think he fights him in the sewer like after after all the new gameplay. I think. The lizard chase has to take place like right after this, and the whole entire the lizard boss fight takes place like right after this too, like takes place like right after, at the end of the gameplay demo where Peter swings away, he chases Lizard through the city, goes up the building. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's making sense. And then right after the lizard fight, I'm putting two together right now, and I'm sorry, and I know that Insomniac has to be terrified. I'm putting two and two together, and it's scary. And then after that, once Peter beat Lizard, we get this whole entire scene. Honestly, I think that's pretty good, honestly. And after we get Wraith pulling up. I truly do think that I just nailed that. If I'm wrong, then Connors' lab is right here. Bro, I can't wait to see Wraith. Wraith is probably like one of my most anticipated ones that I can't wait to see. I think Wraith might be in the start. I think that she might be in the start, yeah. Like, based on like this though, it kind of looks like this is Connors right here, and then Wraith probably destroyed the lab or something.
The budget to do it now, and man, oh fuck, I can't get that goddamn video out of my brain. If you're watching it now on Twitter, it is fucking just amazing. Just seeing them fight, you know, them swinging down, going down, and fighting Venom, and essentially Miles and Peter beating his ass. I mean, like, they literally do so many things. Peter basically gets pummeled at the beginning, and so does Miles.
Do you think she's a side mission villain? I don't think she's a side mission villain per se, but like they could make her into a side mission though. Cause like I feel like she's gonna be out here killing people. I feel like she's gonna be out here killing criminals. So I'm like, they could make her a side main boss. And ooh, I forgot the blacksmith would go into that too. But my idea is like the surveillance towers from the first game, since Yuri is back, they could end up doing that to where she shuts down all of the towers across the city, and then Peter and Miles get a call from Yankee, and they're going to be forced to use, and I guess Peter's going to be forced to kind of use the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app over the surveillance towers that can track crimes and stuff. Oh, there's less towers. I'm hoping that there's a lot less towers, honestly.
Electrical venom boost, and then fucking Peter hits him with his arms, and that shit is cold. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait until this game comes out and we fight Venom, and like we're literally gonna be switching between Miles and Peter in the boss fight. Oh my god, I can't wait. It's the only reason why I'm even surviving right now is because
we gotta find a base for Wraith and make the amp, or and to make the map. That would be heat. That'd be heat, because you'll be getting where she is, you'll be getting all of her bases that can lead up to that final base. And then that's heat. Mars says heat.
Because I want to see this. So tell me in the comments below. I just want to give a quick description. Jesus Christ, I'm so excited. I'm fumbling over my words. If you want to go see the trailer, go ahead and go to Twitter and of course TikTok as well. I'll try to post on there. And yeah, go ahead and like if you're new. I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.
The big time suit has to be heat. Big time suit's gonna be heat. That caught me way off guard. I really do want to transfer them though, because I'm not trying to sit there and try to regrind them again. We got that. How Peter gets the symbiote. I think we already watched that one. Did we watch this already, chat? I don't think we watched this.
Spider-Man walk.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, we didn't watch this.
Videos. I got a PC, a really good $800 one, and oh my, I'm gonna be finishing my Marvel Spider-Man walkthrough through that. So I'm gonna have to kind of catch.
Yeah, we didn't watch
up a little bit before it gets to that point to where I was in the last video. But if you're new, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like the video.
Venom's so
in this one, we're going to be talking about Mary Jane and why she's going to be such a big part. Like, what her problem is in this game. Because she's going to have a lot of problems in this game, realistically. Let's try to get the 400 likes. That would be greatly appreciated. And let's go ahead and get into this. So the first thing that we kind of have to look out for is, of course, Peter versus MJ. I think that in many ways, this is going to be one of the main aspects of the game, because once Peter gets that symbiote, he's really going to be pushing people away. And I think that, of course, MJ is one of those anchors that he has in his life, one of the last anchors that he has in his life, considering that Aunt May died. She passed away. She unalived. Oh my god, I'm still fucking emotionally a wreck over that. But honestly, I think that MJ is being kind of hidden from the trailers. Like, she maybe had like 2 moments in the story trailer, but overall we haven't seen a lot of her. We saw more of her in the first trailer, or in the first game's trailer and whatnot, and seeing her in the story trailer. But I think that they're hiding a big part of her.
Oh no, you
and
should
I think that
have
big
more
part is, of course, the Daily
crazy.
Bugle. We know that J. Jonah Jameson is there. We know that MJ is there, and we know that Eddie Brock is there too. So this.
Or your first thoughts on the symbiote suit? Whenever I first saw it, I was like, ah. And after I started seeing more and more and more of it, and I was like, okay. I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. I was like, okay. The symbiote looks good. It looks good.
Whole combination of Eddie Brock being there, MJ being there, of course, even like J. Jonah Jameson being there, with symbiote Peter being around, it kind of seems like they're going to be sicking these reporters.
Here's the thing: if it is Eddie, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like the worst possible menace imaginable, and I really cannot wait to see how.
Honestly, I could see it being Eddie. Hold up, chat. Hold up. Chat, what if it actually is Eddie? What if it actually is Eddie? What if it actually is Eddie Brock?
Upon the news aspect of this in the next game. That leads to my next point, which is Eddie versus MJ. And I've made this point before, where I think that it would be an interesting aspect if we have Eddie chasing down the story for symbiote Peter, and MJ kind of doing the same thing.
If it is the A,
like
then I'm completely wrong about
trying
the
to really
Bryce
expose
thing.
more of the symbiote, while Eddie's trying to expose more of Spider-Man. And of course, that leads to conflict between not only Eddie and MJ, but also Eddie and Peter, where Peter's obviously very upset at Eddie throwing out false lies about him. And I think that that's a good and clever way to introduce Eddie Brock in here without being too heavy-handed, I guess you can say, because we know that the Daily Bugle's going to play some part. J. Jonah Jameson returning there, I think, really plays into that aspect of this part being a huge aspect, because
that would be interesting though, because like that's the whole entire thing. Here's the thing. Notice how they only said that Eddie's in the game and he's not going to be Venom. I don't think they're pulling a Batman though. I don't think they're pulling an Arkham Knight. But in a cliffhanger, Eddie becomes Venom. I can see that happening in a cliffhanger, but like, if it is Eddie underneath there, then I'm gonna be shocked. Like, I'm not really gonna be surprised, because like that's the thing. Why did Brian go on stage and let Jeff ask him that question? Why did he let them ask that question? Why would he let everybody, why would he willingly go up there and let everybody ask that question? Here's the thing, as soon as he said that, he didn't mention that, he only said that he didn't say that Eddie Brock is not going to be Venom. He just said that Venom's not Eddie Brock. So what I got from that is practically what Brian said was that Eddie's in the game, he's just not Venom. So I'm like, Trader said him, yo, Jeff, what's going on? That's what no, exactly. He let them ask that question on purpose. I ain't totally your bruh. Nah, not Craven. And on top of that, it wouldn't be Craven because like why would why would they pull up so fast? Like right here, like why would they pull up so fast like right after this? It wouldn't be Craven because like why would the hunters pull up like this? Like you see how fast they pulled up? We need two different villains. We need two. I honestly can see, honestly though, I don't know. See, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they pull up like this very quickly? Like, that doesn't make any sense right here. Like, look at how closely they just pulled up. It was like, oh. I feel like Craven will beat Peter. It will be Peter and Venom will be the final hunt. I can see that happening because Craven did say that he senses the symbiote is alive. Do you think Peter's gonna have the symbiote while fighting? Nah. Because that would just be kind of a stalemate, honestly. That would be a stalemate because then Peter would know everything. Look at the search against. I saw that because I was like, it can't be Craven because like, why would it be Craven if he said final hunt at the end? Bro, Craven looks so clean too. I was like, that's still my favorite scene right now. Well, that's the thing is like, why would he be that strong too? Because like, I was looking at that trailer again, and let me see if I can find Peter and Craven first interaction. Because see, look, explain this whole entire scene then. Craven doesn't need the symbiote. He just went toe to toe with this man.
Here to pick up a serum order for a Dr. Connors?
Peter walking like a clicker at the bell. I saw that. I was like, hold on, you're kind of you, Peter. You expected to go with the last one for like a second? Because like why? Because like he went toe to toe with Craven in the black suit. Why? Like, look at this. He just went toe to toe with Peter in the black suit. Why would he be Venom? It's clear that he doesn't need it.
I see a man. I sense a beast.
See, it's very clear that he doesn't need it. I think Peter gets symbiote. My guess is Penthouse. See, like, that doesn't make any sense. He went toe to toe with Black Suit Spider-Man. You see the TV promo? Yeah, I saw the TV promo. It looks so good too. I can't show it because for one, I don't want to get copyright strike. I don't want, you know, someone at Insomniac to see that I posted it. So yeah, and James Stevenson, I think James Stevenson is copyright striking people for that. And I'm not trying to get involved with the copyright strike. I'm not trying to get involved with another copyright strike. And I'm not trying to sit there and be like, especially since I really don't want to see. I really don't want to see him. I really don't. How much is the controller? I think the controller is like 70. Yeah, he is low-key walking like a clicker.
I'm just here to save my friend.
That's 70 or 60. I think it's like 70 or 60. It depends on where you live. Oh, yeah, the store. They gotta have it in the stores. I think Walmart. I think yeah, Walmart sells it unless they already ran out. See, look, that completely rules out Craven. That completely rules out Craven. And once again, I'm gonna say this again. Why would the hunters pull up like this? So it's either Harry or Eddie. It's either Harry or Eddie. But if it was Eddie, then why would Brian like why would if it is I can't really speak. If it was Eddie, then I'm gonna go. Hold on, man. Let me go ahead and go back to that Summer Game Fest announcement actually. Because like now I'm starting to put 2 and 2 together, and now that I'm actually thinking about it, and I don't know what went wrong. Do not tell me that I got sniped. Please don't. Thank you. Hold on, let me go back to that Summer Game Fest. Because like why like what if it's Tombstone? Hey, if it's Tombstone, then hey, that's a W.
This fall, Marvel Games and Insomniac are set to bring Spider-Man 2.
See, look right here.
We saw some great gameplay at the PlayStation Showcase, but I want to talk about the 2 villains, I think, in the game. There may be more.
There are more. There are more out there, I
2
promise.
main ones, but we have some new art to show of, we obviously, Craven. We got the reveal at the...
See, look, here's the thing, chat. Brian and everybody else know. Like everybody in Insomniac knows who Venom, Insomniac knows who the host for Venom is. They know who the host is.
PlayStation event. So tell us a bit about him and how he factors in.
So Craven's very different from any character we've done. He's not, he's not powered by magic or, tech.
Symbiote is a part of this whole story, as we saw in the gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Good reaction to the art.
I'm glad you're happy.
I don't know
yeah,
how much you're going to tell us about Venom. Is this, can you tell, is this an Osborn Venom? Can you tell?
See, look, notice how Brian let Jeff ask that question. Like, notice how he asked that question. Like, hold on, man. Let me go ahead and turn it up a little bit for you guys. All right. Notice how Jeff asked him that question.
Is this an Osborn Venom? Can you tell what's the origin of Eddie Brock Venom? Or
it is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
See, he said it's not Eddie Brock, so I'm like, because like at this time I was like, so if it's not Eddie, he said that so fast because I was like, there's no way that he just said this so fast. He said, no, it's not Eddie Brock. I'm like.
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
Our goal was to tell an original story, something you haven't seen in the comics or the movies yet. Obviously, we love Venom for a reason.
Yeah.
All those things you love about the character are going to be there, but how the story plays out, who is Venom, you have to play the game to see how it goes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
See, he flat out scratched off Eddie Brock, right? But notice how he said it's not Eddie Brock. So that means that Eddie exists. Eddie is in this universe. He's just not going to be Venom. So that leaves Harry, Norman, and I really don't want to see Norman as Venom because I refuse to believe that I refuse to believe that Norman could end up being Venom because I do not want to reverse because the last time it was a reverse and yeah, let's just say that we ended up seeing that reverse of what happened in TASM 2 and yeah. And I'm going to toss, like I said, I'm going to toss like one random shot in the dark. I'm going to toss Lee Price in the dark. I'm going to say it's going to be Maniac. I'm going to say, I'm going to toss that like somewhere. Like I'm tossing that like so like weirdly at an angle in the dark. Liver trailer. I played the reveal actually. There's a whole bunch more stuff in the reveal trailer that I can talk about. I just haven't seen like the reveal trailer in like a minute either. Streamer right now. It looks different. That's what I'm saying.
For as long as I can remember, I have looked for an equal. One who could push me. One who could surprise me.
Cause like, I still like the parry mechanic. I do not care what anyone says. The parry mechanic is clean.
One who could even beat me. Yet all I found is disappointment.
By the way, I'm still on you guys for this. I'm sorry, but anybody that was puddle gating this, there's a need for you to puddle gate. Yo, Joel, what's going on?
Will one of you finally give me what I desire?
Hold on a minute, Loki. Hold on a minute. I know that Mars is in there. I know that my boy Mars is from New York. I'm just gonna ask you a question, Mars. Isn't 718 Brooklyn? Is it Brooklyn? So I know that I know that Mars is from New York. Cause like this is what makes me think that the Venom boss fight has to be, because like I'm looking at like the left side. I know you guys can see it, but I'm looking at like the left side. And I'm just curious, doesn't that technically mean this is Brooklyn that they're fighting in? I mean, the east side of Brooklyn, West 7th Street. Okay. Okay, I was gonna say. But wouldn't 7 and I know wouldn't 7 okay, so they gotta be fighting. Okay, so this makes sense. This makes sense. Cause like this alley says it right there, so I was like,
Yes, we will.
see, look right here. Why, like, if it's not Eddie, there's no spider logo. But we're seeing Peter and Miles like right here. So someone has to be the final host. Unless there's no white spider on him. That Venom trailer is so amazing, bro. It looks so good. Everybody, bro, they got to. Cause like, here's the thing. Imagine if it's Miles though. Imagine, cause here's the thing. Here's the thing. The only reason why I'm saying that it should be Peter as Venom first, or like it should be Peter as Venom first, is because one, it's going to make a lot more sense. Because like, say like Miles is gonna have to like actually see what's going on. Is he be like, oh shit, what is going on? I think that was it. In this game, it's kind of weird. In this game, I can see. In this game, I don't know. I do like Miles though. Miles is cool though. Miles upperclass. It was nice, cool though. Eh.
Yes.
I mean, but then again though, Rio is mayor though. But here's the thing though, you have to know, Rio is the mayor, so like it's like up there though.
We will.
It was early concept. What? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking that too. Because I'm like, early concept? That's right. Yeah, exactly. So like, I guess since Miles is going to the school, is going to Brooklyn Visions, I don't know, and I'm really hoping that I'm right. I don't know if this is bound to happen, but I really do think that I really do think that honestly though, I really do want to see what their apartment looks like still. I really do. Bro, if whoever's in control, that has to say something. Alright, I'm gonna watch this and I'm hoping and pray that I don't end up getting copyright striked. Alright. I'm gonna hope that I don't get a copyright strike for this. Let's go. I'm gonna hope for no copyright strike. And before anybody says anything, I didn't say nothing, and it was posted over on YouTube, so whoever posted over on YouTube, thank you. Oh, it's the 4K version. Did you just... Nah, he's a problem. Nah, he's a problem. Did you just see that? He just tried Venom. Miles just tried to hit Venom with a Venom punch, it looked like. Was it? Yeah, this is the Venom punch. Once again, I don't want to hear no more hate about the face. I don't want to hear any more hate, bruh. Yo, Game TV, what's going on? I don't want to hear any more hate about Peter's face anymore after seeing this trailer, bro. I love Ben Jordan's more. That was funny. Alright, I'm gonna hope that I do not end up getting... Alright, let's break all that down. Blue touch is starting than orange? Yeah, they gotta be starting than orange. I love the face. I love the face as well. Blue's gotta be stronger than orange. Because, like, notice how... Wait, hold up. Let's go back. Hold on. Because if you notice how the tendril attack go out... Obviously... Wait, hold on a minute. This fully confirms that Venom knows Miles is orange. Oh, gee. Oh, God. Oh. Prediction. I predicted this so well. I predicted this. I knew. I really do want to see if this is another version of Venom Overclock. I really do. I'm still thinking that it's going to be Lee Price. And also, someone tell me what happened. Mods, what happened? I'm going to hope that I didn't get banned again. Oh, it's probably solo because it came from Twitter. Oh, wow. She wasn't. Okay, so she actually is. Oh, yeah, let's check this out. I forgot. I gotta check this out.
Fix the chase sequence. Oh my goodness.
I think.
So anytime there is an ounce of criticism towards Spider-Man 2, you are just inundated and bludgeoned with people who say WWJD. Wait, no, WWYD. Not what would Jesus do, but what would you do?
Oh, and by the way, Joel, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, I did not read chapter 2 for Boruto for Blue Vortex yet, even though I think I read it yesterday. Yeah, wait, I read it yesterday. Yeah, Boruto's a problem. Boruto is a problem. This man's OP. Is that a blood option?
Huh? What would you do? And to that, I always find it interesting because first off, why are you taking the defense of a company, right? I don't understand that. Secondly, why would I know?
Oh no, they actually confirmed it. Lindsay flat out said, I think Lindsay, and I'm not trying to say names, but you can ride on the rides at Coney Island. They did say yes. They did say yes. They did say yes. And yes, I saw Big Will.
What they should do. It's not my profession. It's their profession.
Yeah, you can ride on the rides.
I see a doctor doing something and it seems not to have any impact on the patient. It's like, well, it doesn't look like it's working. And the doctor turns around and says,
yeah, I heard.
What would you do then, huh? You would be like, well, I'm not a doctor, but that doesn't mean I can't, see with my own two eyes. Nevertheless, it's fine though. It's fine. I'll rise to the occasion.
I'll do it myself.
When I see the chase sequence in Spider-Man 2, first thing that comes to my head is boring. Upon saying that is blasphemy in certain circles. And that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over how I would change the chase sequence.
Hey, everyone, be careful. You're up for remarks in 2 spoilers. Here's the thing. I saw that, and here's the thing. With that, I don't think that it was, with that, I don't think they were trying to pull out spoilers. I truly think that they were just trying to get some, they were trying to get people's monies. They were trying to get some money from everybody that had, their money and their accounts connected to PlayStation, connected to PSN. And that's what happened with that.
All right, then I will.
First things first, let's go over our terms, right? When I mean boring,
that's what I heard. I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and get all that stuff
sense, when it comes to a chase sequence, what I'm looking for, and this is all my opinion, mind you, what I'm looking for is a sense of challenge.
Exactly. I was like, let me go ahead and get my stuff about.
In a chase sequence or in a game.
Like, you guys should have saw me. I know I didn't stream yesterday, but I was like, let me go ahead and after I just found out that Sony I hacked, and I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and start. I was like, let me go ahead and just start randomly just overloading the server.
Overall, really engages player engagement. I think that in some cases, when it's challenging, when you're chasing, when you're doing something, you're engaging the player in order to do mechanics or whatever the game has taught you in this section. For example, one thing I would say is a bad chase sequence, because it's always good to give examples, would be Gears of War 4. There's a chase sequence where you're on, Marcus Phoenix driving a motorcycle, and really the challenge is, hey, their
conversations got
what's in front of you. Now, how they go about doing that is that the player just goes left and right. Here's the thing: even when you do hit something, you don't really take that much damage. It's like a smidgen of damage,
the ending got spoiled.
And it goes on.
I don't think the ending got spoiled, because to me, I think that I technically kind of spoiled the ending, and I was like, I'm not really surprised if Norman becomes Goblin after if Harry dies. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I was like, if Harry dies, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm gonna be like, well, kind of saw this coming. Not really surprised at all. I'm gonna be like, wow. I knew this was going to happen. I'm gonna be sitting there just like that. Wait, I got an idea. An idea in one show, Goblin. An idea in one show, Goblin. Show Goblin goes through the Spider-Verse. Ooh, wait, which version of Goblin though? You want a monster Goblin, or you want Goblin? You can chase. Oh, that would be heat. That would be heat, and Spider-Verse would be canon too. He already confirmed it. But then Lucas said he don't think they will do that. He don't think they'll do that for Spider-Man 2. And said that the guy might be trolling. I want Tech Goblin. You want Ultimate Goblin? I like both Goblins though. The only reason why I like the Monster Goblin is just because of the fact that it's like he's like Norman like actually is a monster. I do like Tech Goblin though, because Tech Goblin is the OG. I want OG. We're getting OG.
And it's very much on rails for the most part. It's not really challenging to the player. There is no obstacle other than what you're seeing in front of you, and the way you avoid those obstacles.
I don't know. If we get Hobgoblin, New Goblin, that'll be sick.
So the challenge is relatively low. I would argue that's a bad chase sequence. On the other hand, an example that I would give for me, which is a good chase sequence, would be an Assassin's Creed 2. Love the game, amazing game. You should get it, buy it now.
I forgot what chase sequence was in AC2. Yeah, Monster God. I forgot what chase sequence was in AC2. On Oregon, since they're making Venom monster size. I would like that too. And plus, all the stuff is already in the game already. Like all like the stuff for the Tech Goblins in the game. And like, really look cool, bro. I like Ultimate Goblin too. I think one person said, I'm not sure, I think it was like one person commented they could be working on Goblin Nation. I can see Goblin Nation happening. I just don't see it happening like that. But the thing is, since Norman is the mayor, it can.
But in the scene, there's a chase sequence, and I'm going to talk about two. There's one chase sequence where you're chasing someone in order to get the assassination. Now, upon chasing them...
Oh, Lucas, you could have just said Ezio Collection then.
The person does little traps, little secret getaways, where he'll hit a button and a gate comes down. Now we have some challenge. And how's the game challenge you? Well, it challenges you with the mechanics that you should have mastered by now, which is the parkour. As opposed to, once again, to Gears of War, where you're just going left and right. There's not a mechanic of the game, you're just going left and right. So in this, it engages you with the mechanics of the game that they've established thus far throughout the series, which is the parkour. So when he closes the gate, you may have to go left or find another way. Now you have to look, you think that you're going just chasing him, but he closes it. Now it forces the player to engage in the game.
I mean, they could be doing the Spider-Man Hunted storyline. Because now that I'm looking at it, ooh, wait. Nah, let me save that for a video. Let me save that whole entire thing for a video. Nah. Let me save that for a video.
Where it's like, okay, now what do I do?
I don't want to tell you guys what happens in that story.
Do I go up? Do I go down?
I don't want to tell you guys what happens in that story, but for those of you who have read Spider-Man Hunted, y'all know.
What do I do? I have to look for a solution. There's a solution to the left of you. Boom. Parkour, run, do your parkour, which you can fail, right? If you fail the parkour, you'll have to start over. And if you start over, you'll probably lose the person because they'll keep on running. So there's a sense of challenge there. In another situation, we have
See, Eosk knows what happens because, like, Eosk, you know because, like, I was gonna say, so you know about the whole entire, you know where I'm going with this whole entire thing, you know. Like Venom chases you in free walking, that could be the key. That could be the key. Oh yeah, that was I think that was Marvel Zombies, yeah.
The chase with Leonardo.
Oh yeah, we were chasing Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, we were. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we were chasing Leonardo.
So you're on a carriage and you have to run away from these bad guys. Simple enough, right? It's basic concept. But how they add to it, how they add to the challenge, I think it's really great, even for at that time. So,
what? Okay, massive spoiler if you guys haven't read Spider-Man Hunted. Kraven has hunters in Spider-Man Hunted. So my whole entire idea about the villains being on there and teaming up with Peter and Miles to fight Kraven, hey, I just thought about that. I just thought about that for a second. That's heat. I just thought about that. That is one thing that nobody's not talking about. Like, that's the one thing that nobody's not talking about. You think of Dog Ock? I love Dog Ock. I love Dog Ock, but he's like not my most. He's one of my favorite villains, but he's not like in my top 10. My top 10 Spider-Man villains are Goblin, Venom. I like Electro, and then there's just a really big iffy one. It is, and a lot of people will hate me for what I'm about to say. It's a villain from, keep in mind, Ben Reilly from Ultimate Spider-Man as a anti-hero slash villain was so heat. But like Eos, if you know, you know. Like Eos, you know what I'm talking about with this whole entire. I'm not gonna say anything, but Eos, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know. Like, you know, like, based on, like, you know what comparison I'm making. Because, like, all back here, yeah. Like, Eos knows. It could, yeah, you know.
So when it comes to the carriage, you're on the carriage. Now, you have 2 health bars, right? One for you and one for the carriage. And I'm thinking to myself, why do we have 2 health bars? Well, the thing is, people are chasing you. You're trying to escape from them. The obstacle now is that you have to avoid being hit by the people who are chasing you on horses, because they'll chase you on horses, jump on the carriage, and then attack
you see the similarities. That's what I'm thinking.
Then you have the added challenge of, hey, I have to protect this carriage. So now we have the obstacle of the path, right, where you have to follow the path, and eventually you have obstacles of fire, where if you get in the fire, it damages the carriage.
See, they could do it, so it would make sense because, I'm going to have to save it because now I'm actually thinking right now about Spider Shadow. Let me stop.
So now we have to worry about the people who are trying to attack us.
Venom he does. Venom does that in the comics. He does that in the comics, but the thing is, that wasn't really like. I want to say that really wasn't Miles' fault, but it was Venom's fault. But like, I don't see. Yeah, that is true. He did. Venom did kill Rio's mom in the comic, but it was an accident because Rio was trying to. I forgot what Rio was trying to do in that comic, honestly. But Rio was trying to at least help Miles, and I guess the police got involved, and I guess one of the bullets missed, and Venom ended up killing Rio. And on top of that, if Venom kills Rio's mom, then there's why did I say Rio's mom? If Venom kills Rio, then it better be Peter, because at that point he's not gonna be. Because after that point, if Peter does end up being Venom and ends up killing Rio, he's not gonna be playable anymore. We got in her way and she got shot. Exactly, yeah. So I was like, I thought that. Wait. Yeah. If that's the case, MJ dies. If MJ dies, then, well, we got Gwen Stacy. Hey, you know, we got the Daily Bugle. We got Betty. You know, we got Black Cat.
Avoiding the obstacles while, going along this path, which is already challenging to an extent. On top of that, there's another layer, because how do we get rid of the people who are on top of the carriage? Well, the game says the way you do it is to lean left and to lean right with the stick. Here's the thing. If you lean too far left, the carriage will turn over, game over. If you lean too far right, the carriage will turn over, game over. So there's a certain level of challenge, there's a certain level of skill in this sequence. Because not only is it, you know, the course itself pretty curvy, so you're already turning left and right, but now you have the addition of complexity, a person on top of it. So if you're, even though you may be going right, you may have someone on the carriage, so you're forced to make a decision. Hey, do I bank hard left to try and get this?
I don't care what anyone says. The whole entire Ezio collection, bro, is just so crazy.
Person on top, or do I make it around this curve and then try and get them off? So there's a level of complexity.
I'm thinking that it's gonna be Harry. I'm thinking that it's gonna be Harry because reasons. I want to see Norman turn into Goblin.
To this. Now, obviously, you can add on top of that, but this is an example of what I'm talking about. When
We're not looking for something.
Not gonna lie, it's a W show, but dang.
Think of a good chase scene and a bad chase scene. Let's fast forward.
If Harry dies and Eddie takes the black, let me see. If Harry dies, then Eddie would take it. They could. It would make a lot of sense, too. It would.
To Spider-Man 2. We had the chase scene with the lizard. Now,
that is true. Will they go for the Age of Venom storyline? If they do go for the Age of Venom storyline, then we gotta see Flash. And for Carnage, we need Cletus Cassidy. But the only way that I could see Carnage being in the story is if Peter goes to the prison and somehow, in some way, lets him out randomly.
What many people love to say, well, look, you don't have the full game. No one has the full game, right? But what I can do.
That's the point. Right now, the diver and then become Green Goblin. That is true. Actually, that would. Let's see. So Norman has become Goblin without Harry dying. First game was 47. First game was 47. Story about to be 14. Nah, I don't think it's gonna be 14 hours. But here's what I honestly do think is gonna happen though. I can see Norman getting mad that the symbiote is gone. Like, I can see that happening. I mean, if we're going for a platinum, it could be 30 plus. I can be at 17 going for 34 if you're trying to do side quests, trying to go for a platinum. That's how long Marvel Spider-Man was. If they go that route, then it'll be Spider-Man 3, like how Harry turned into Goblin after Norman died in the first one. That could, yeah, that could happen though. Here's the only thing that I can't really see happening, though. I can't see them going to TASM 2 route and having Norman die. I can't see that happening.
Base my assumption, what I believe is an educated guess, based off the footage that we have, the footage of the game before, and the mechanics that they've done in the past.
We can have one where it's Miles versus Peter transforming into Venom. And after that, I can go straight to whoever our mystery host is. I'm still saying that it's Harry. And after that, the final host will end up being Lee Price. I'm still gonna hope for Lee Price.
Games. That's what I can do. So right off the bat, it's a chase sequence. Now, in this chase sequence, it's not doing anything that we haven't done before. It's boring. For lack of better words, that's what it is.
Hey, pause. Hey, yo, pause. Hey, we know that, Ven. Hey, yo, pause.
Chase the Shocker. We've chased Rhino. We've had the helicopter chase. And all of the sequences of chasing and Insomniac, all right, when relating to Spider-Man, is the only obstacle that we have is really dodging. That's it. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. Now, you can argue, well, you have the challenge of following the, Shocker or following the Lizard or following Rhino throughout the...
I just thought of this for a second. I'm surprised that Lucas hasn't mentioned this. I'm pretty sure everybody knows this too, even though I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that actually knows this. Y'all do know that I'm pretty sure that we all know this. Y'all know that we don't have to follow Shocker in a straight line, right? we do, y'all do know this. They don't have to follow each villain in a straight line. Cause like I be doing it too. I'm like, I don't go in a straight line. Like if Shocker's like running to one place, I'll cut them off and I'll cut him off and go into a different direction. Because every single time whenever he jumps, I'll go, let me go to the right side. Let me see. So he's gonna probably go this way. So let me just swing down here. And then that's it. And pause.
The city. Sure, you can say that, but the thing is, as long as you hold the R2 button, you'll be fine. If you don't believe me, try it. When you're chasing Shocker, just hold the R2 button. The game will swing for you. You'll never be behind. There is no added dynamic to just holding R2. If you're chasing Rhino and Miles Morales, try it. If you're chasing the helicopter, just hold the R2 button.
That's because like we had no idea where he was going.
So I wouldn't consider that a form of challenge because I'm just holding a button. And as long as I can go left and see the person going left, okay, well, I just move left and the game will web swing to the left. That's not really the same level of challenge that we've seen in other titles that I just mentioned, which would be Assassin's Creed 2. There is nothing that the game is asking of me other than not to be brain dead. Okay? If you're a vegetable in the hospital, yeah, you're probably not going to be able to play this game. Okay? But if you're a functioning person, okay, with an IQ above room temperature, this is not going to pose a challenge to you. Because despite them throwing cars at you or there's a debris being thrown at you,
if they steal MJ, then I'm going to have a repeat of King Kong.
All you have to do is dodge it. And there is no difference between how you dodge a car and how you dodge a piece of debris.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
It's the same thing. There's not even a new animation for the dodge. It's the same.
I honestly think that's too low-key. I think that's too low-key, honestly.
Animation. So there's no difference. It's the same thing with the helicopter scene, right? You're dodging. Either the I forgot, the Mr. Negative's men are throwing stuff at you, or there's missiles that you have to dodge. Just dodging. There is no special way to dodge. There is no I have to dodge it this way and I have to tackle this way, dodge this car in this way. There is no difference. The same thing with Shocker, right? Shocker will eventually, shoot back at you or whatever. You just have to dodge it. Or
Once again, he does know that you do not have to follow them each time when there is a chase mission. I don't do that.
Or in Miles Morales, right?
Okay, well, except for Miles Morales, because that whole entire scene, I always get confused when I play a whole entire scene, because I don't know what building he's going to.
I know, we'll throw stuff at you. Just dodge it and continue on holding R2. For me, the challenge is not really there. It's very, very low challenge. Now, how do we fix it? That's what we want to find out, right? That's the reason I made the video. So the goal...
I'm sorry, I'm concerned. Has Lucas washed this shirt? Never mind, let me stop.
In fixing it, per se, is that I want to use the mechanics that have already been established in the game, right? Because...
Give me 1 second.
Because there's no reason, I mean, there's always reason to innovate and come up with new stuff and how to go about it.
I had to listen. I had to make sure I heard that clearly. Rewind.
There's always reason to not make the video. So the goal in fixing it, you know, per se, is that I want to use the mechanics that have already been established in the game, right? Because there's no reason, I mean, there's always reason to innovate and come up with new stuff. And
that's the point.
How to go about it. But for the sake of argument, we'll say, hey, let's just use the mechanics that the game has already established for us in how we can add some variety or challenge to this chase mechanic so it's not so boring and mundane and monotonous. So
here we go again with this whole entire chase scene again. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and solve this right now. Let me go to the unreleased gameplay real quick. I'm hoping that this channel has it. Hey, low-key, I might need to get this though. The only you're shooting armor is exactly. That's why I'm like, do we not know? Like here, I'm gonna have to. Ooh, we're gonna check out Soup's video right after. Where's that gameplay at? Frosty Dr. Smite. If we get Dr. Smite, then I will freak out. How many times here's the thing, and note chat, I want you guys to notice how I wasn't in like any sort of like beef with this game or like anything at all, and both of them admitted that, and I think both Colin and Lucas admitted that they were wrong, and I wasn't even involved. Once again, this is where the set piece starts. This is where the set piece actually starts. I'm gonna let him say what he needs to say. Whatever. I'm gonna let him say.
So one of the first things that I thought of would be to web up the car, right? This is a mechanic that has already been established in the Spider-Man series of Insomniac. We did this.
You can't web up a car. You can't web up a car in the game, unless I'm wrong.
Add some variety or challenge to this chase mechanic so it's not so boring and mundane and monotonous. So one of the first things that I thought of would be to web up the car, right? This is a mechanic that has already been established in the Spider-Man series of Insomniac.
When have we ever seen him web up a car? When have we ever seen Peter or Miles web up a car? Someone tell me, like, when? I think it was Blitzwinger mentioned that they did mention Smythe was a reference to the demo they played. Ooh. So we might end up getting Spider Slayers? Spider Slayers? Hey.
We did this with the helicopter. If you remember, it goes to first-person mode, and we go and we web up the...
That's because this was actually a set piece. We had to actually play this.
Helicopter. Now, doesn't necessarily have to be first-person mode, but the concept of hitting R1 and, R1 and L1 to web something up, that's a mechanic that they use. So there can be a point where the lizard throws a car at you. The game slows down. What you want...
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, webbing a car. I don't think that he actually threw... I'm gonna have to look at the gameplay. Does he throw a car?
real sick of this lizard hunt. I don't have time for this! Connors!
Hold on, man. It doesn't look like he... Yeah, I'm not seeing any car being thrown here.
Want to do is web it up so it doesn't hit the pedestrians. Because you have to think.
There's no car being thrown.
He just threw a car. There's people on the street. Okay, what's going on here? Now you can say, well, they can move and everything. Sure, but it's a game.
Potentially try to involve the Spider-Man Hunted story. Yeah, because that's what I was looking at. And you know that whole entire... Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. That whole entire shot of Miles, and you see the... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about at that point. Because I'm like... Because, like, I'm looking at, like, the hunters are there. Miles is also there. The base is there. Everything looks like...
Right? We want to make it fun. We want a fun experience. So let's not try to rationalize.
And on top of that would go with the theory that I had. Oh my gosh. That would go with the Spider Shadow theory so well, too.
Why they could do less and let's
rationalize
why they can do more. That's the whole concept. So the game slows down and we have the car and we see pedestrians going,
I just thought of that.
R1, L1. And we web it up and we save them, right? The car, stops, from hitting the pedestrians, and then we go right back into web swinging. That
whole entire idea that I just had that no one has even said deserves that. It deserves that. Because, like, I've been thinking that everybody's been thinking that it's Kraven's Last Hunt. Obviously, Kraven's Last Hunt is involved. But after seeing a lot of the stuff in there, after seeing and after obviously reading Spider Shadow, which is Heat, it makes a lot of sense.
It'd be something that they've already done, and it's kind of a nod to Spider-Man 2, in the scene where the police car flips and it's stopped by a web. Simple, but effective. Once again, the goal is to use mechanics I've already established.
You do know that webs cannot hold objects for long, right?
To change up the monotony and add maybe a little bit of variety and challenge to the scene.
Exactly.
Another thing that could be
I really do truly think that Peter's gonna kill someone.
This is a mechanic that they've already established within the franchise.
You can't. When can you web up debris?
Established within the franchise. If you remember, they did it within the helicopter chase, where you're webbing up the debris before it falls or before it hits pedestrians, before it hits the civvies. They did this again in the beginning half of the game, where you're webbing up a gun to save, the homeless person. That mechanic has already been established. We can use that mechanic in this chasing for when they're throwing debris or debris falls.
Nobody is going to buy. So, question. How would Peter be able to stop the debris if the lizard's running down? Huh?
So when the lizard is running, maybe debris comes crumbling down, and they slow down the game, and you see the little R1 to move the right stick to web up the debris to save the civilians, right? It won't be too intrusive because you're slowing it down as you're moving forward. He doesn't have to stop.
I see what he's coming from, though, with the whole entire R2L2 thing, but, like, we're trying to stop the lizard. I don't care about the debris. You think Peter cares about the debris? We're trying to stop a giant lizard from we're over here trying to stop Godzilla. Or at least the Marvel Spider-Man version that he's growing into, which is Godzilla. Peter's being controlled by the stimulus, so he's probably letting them cars just fall. He's probably just saying, I don't care about the cars. Fighting Spider Shadow with the Hunted storyline would kind of be tough, though. That would be tough, though, but, like, with the things that we have seen so far, with the fact that Peter has the black suit on, and I already explained this in one of my other videos. I truly think that Peter might kill someone, or at least probably might nearly end up killing Kraven. Combine that with the fact that Peter has the black suit and they're taking inspiration from the Hunted storyline. It could work.
Do something and then go moving forward. It could all be while you're web swinging, slow down.
And what if Craven is just testing Peter?
Web, and then go back to web swinging. Another addition they can add to, add some challenge or variety to the chasing would be enemies along the path. Now, one game that I think did this very well was Ultimate Spider-Man. For example, the moment where
Okay, yeah. Ultimate
chasing Rhino, well, there are enemies along your path, and you have to stop them. And there's a little meter that shows you how far you are from getting Rhino. So you have a sense of urgency, because even though you have enemies right here who are trying to, loot the store or something like that, you still have your main focus, which is Rhino. So you're trying to beat up the enemies as fast as you can without losing the challenge of chasing Rhino.
Generally could be tough. It could generally be tough though. Exactly.
Or you have to save someone from a car. This is a mechanic that has already been established in the Spider-Man Insomniac franchise. That's what they've already done. For example, when it comes to the petty crimes, where your web...
Yeah. You should be able to fight enemies on wall crawling. You want wall combat? Wall combat is heat.
Having up people out of a truck, or you're trying to, they do even the right thumbstick to save someone from an explosion of a truck. We can do that same thing, right? Where you have a group of people, I don't know, who are beating up someone, whatever it is, any of the small crimes that they have going around the city. Now we have that. So now we have to catch up to the lizard, but you also have to beat up these criminals, right? And save the pedestrian. It doesn't have to be forced upon you. It can be an option of saving them, and then it rewards you with, a gadget or something, something like that.
Or a normal ending. I think, that would be so heat, because you would have the black suit on and Peter would be Venom. And if you get the hunted ending, oh my gosh, oh.
Don't want to stop.
Don't even start on the hunting ending. Oh.
The game, where it's like I have to stop the game, fight these guys, and then go chase out the lizard, and you want a constant flow, that's fine. Because the game is already established. They have vultures, right? Little vulture machines. So now you can use,
if they can allow
web strike, punch up the vulture in midair, and then continue on swinging. There's a variety of ways to go about this. For another example, a mechanic that I believe is completely underutilized, the web tunnel. Spider-Man 1, they've already established it, where he web tunnels and kicks out the guy from Mr. Negative's helicopter.
That's a web strike. Hold on a minute. That's a web strike, but I know what he's talking about.
This is a mechanic that we haven't seen before, okay? They show you it. They've done it before in Spider-Man 1.
If we get Vulture's daughter, then Miles would have another love interest, potentially. Starlight could be a thing.
Let's do it to a higher degree, where now you're web swinging, the lizard, and you have a helicopter that's shooting at you. Whatever it is, it could be whoever the enemy is, someone from, Craven's camp that's shooting at you. Guess what? We freaking web tunnel, bam, kick the person out, and then go back on to web swinging. These are simple things that can be done to add challenge to the chase, to add variety and variation to the chase, so it's not so mundane as dodge, web, dodge, web, right? And these are already mechanics that have already been established in the game. These are certain ways that I think they could add on to the complexity of the challenge and the entertainment value of these chase sequences. And we just add that on top of a building, right? Because one thing I dislike about it is that we have this very streamlined, simplified chase scene where we already have limited engagement, right? We have R2 and Circle, where we're just...
I mean, you're not dodging with R2 mostly. They're dodging with Circle.
Okay, dodge,
The animation just comes out with a web dodge.
Now, when they take it onto the building, the side of the building, now they've removed your engagement. Because now there is no more R2. Because you holding on to the lizard is automated. All you now have to do is hit circle. There's no reason for you to go left or right because circle will actually dodge, dodge left or dodge right. Yeah. All you have to do is hit circle. So I don't like them taking away engagement without substituting it for something. If you want to take away R2 for swinging and then go to transition up the building, okay, give me some, replace it with something. Where now maybe I have to tap R, the R button to try and get this struggle of pushing, of holding on to the lizard as he goes up this building. So you want something to keep the player engaged above, the basic, the bare minimum, I'll say, which is just circle, dodge. So many mechanics that they are underutilizing in their game. Mechanics that they've already established. Web tunnel is something.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. Technically, it's not even that they're underutilized. It's just, in my opinion, they're not underutilizing it because there's a lot of reasons, as I'm going to say. Okay, a lot of people just don't really just know about it, so it's really underutilized. People just underutilize it. It can be used, but it's just like people just don't want to use it.
New. We could have that mechanic up the scene, however you want to do it. The right thumbstick to save debris or to save a falling person out of the building. Something to engage the player, to have some challenge, so it's not so simplified to where a carrot could do it. That's the whole point of going above and beyond. That's the whole point of their slogan of be greater. And that's what I expect of Spider-Man. I know they can do it. I now want to see them do it. And hopefully they do this for Spider-Man 3. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, oh, look, you're just complaining, okay? You're always complaining. Why don't you just complain? Just be happy. Or if you can't believe, no, the issue is not about complaining. The issue is about constructive criticism, right? Criticism without a solution is just hating. You're just hating on the person. While I'm offering criticism and ways they can go about enhancing the player experience for the player and benefit the game as well. So it's a win-win all the way around. I don't know why there are people defending a company. That doesn't make any sense. Dang. Why are you defending the company as opposed to defending the consumer? I don't understand. So to me, that just seems like a brainwashing. It makes no sense to me. Yeah, nonetheless, if you happen to disagree with the video, you're more than welcome to call in during Disagreement Day and get obliterated. No, I'm joking. Not really. The Disagreement Days are typically held Friday to Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You call in, we duke it out. Either or, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. Oh, that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. You're engaging the player.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, chat. That was for you. I'm trying to see. So, did Salvage post anything or like? Hold on, let me check. See who else. Let's see. I want to play Cyberpunk Edge Runners tomorrow. Ooh, new one. Yep.
So I wanted to do this, but I've been kind of putting it off for a bit, but we're finally getting to it. I want to analyze the entire gameplay cutscenes and everything we got from the content creator event for Spider-Man 2. But as well, we did also recently actually get some footage of the Spider-Man fighting Venom. Yes, that's right. So make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video. Everyone right now is just like breaking down the open world trailer, and I haven't watched any of those videos.
I haven't even seen the open world trailer. I've seen the open world trailer, and I just did all of that in like one video.
Yeah, but I was thinking,
yeah, I did all that in one video.
Damn, I just did that shit, and I actually missed some stuff because I seen some like theories and things on Twitter, so maybe I'll make a part 2 to that. Let me know if you guys want that in the comments. But today we're gonna analyze the other footage we got, the cutscenes, the gameplay, boss battle, chase, and the new Venom footage, all that good stuff in today's video. So let's get started. Also, not entirely sure which order everything is in chronologically in the game. As far as I know, the gameplay demo takes place from the PlayStation Showcase, then the Lizard boss fight and chase happens after that. But let's talk about the Kraven symbiote Spider-Man scene. I'll play that for you guys. Keep in mind, I couldn't get all the audio, so it will cut out in some places.
Okay.
Here to
to pick up a serum order
for a Dr. Connors.
You have hunted.
You have hunted. See, honestly, yo, I don't know if EOS is still in here, but why would Kraven say that he's hunted? See, they're mixing together Spider Shadow, Kraven's Last Hunt, and now I'm guessing hunted.
This is good. Let's see if you have the strength to finish what you started.
I sense a beast.
I'm just here to save my friend. We'll finish this later.
So we have Spider-Man walking in looking for Kraven because he wants the cure to help Dr. Connors with transferring out of his lizard counterpart. This kind of already tells us what kind of person Kraven is. He doesn't even care there's a man under there. He just sees the beast and wants to tame it. But as well, Spider-Man does say, I want to save my friend. And even after he says that, Kraven still goes to hunt the lizard down. So I wonder if it may be personal to an extent. Like maybe Kraven is hunting lizard to get back at Spider-Man or something along those lines. But what I find crazy is that for some reason, Spider-Man's spider sense works on the knife, but not when Kraven actually goes to like try and hit him and then to like pin down Spider-Man. How the fuck does Kraven get 3 hits on him and pin him down? I mean, obviously, you know,
That is a good point. That is a very good point that I forgot to say. How is it that his spider sense didn't go off? Wait, his spider sense did go off like in one shot, but it didn't go off like officially. His spider sense only worked for like 1 minute. Okay. That's the only thing that I'm confused on right here. I guess it could be that, oh, wait. Symbiote could be too far gone. Peter's probably had the symbiote for a while now at this point in the game. Yeah, his spider sense is almost completely gone.
Spider-Man isn't invincible, like the spider sense doesn't make him invincible type shit. But I don't know,
I
I
think
find that
that
weird.
too.
Like, what if the symbiote is affecting his spidey sense? I think that could be an interesting dynamic to play around with, that to my knowledge we haven't seen before, but I could be wrong. But then Kraven says, I see a man, but sense a beast. He knows there's more to Spider-Man now because of the symbiote, and it has been confirmed that Kraven has been watching the events of the first couple games, so I guess he's been known about Spider-Man, but now, like, you know, he knows Spider-Man is different because of the symbiote. Then he knocks Kraven back, making him coincidentally fly into the bell, causing sonic waves. As we know, you know, the symbiote starts to react to it. It's very subtle though, but Kraven is paying attention. That's one thing Kraven always does, is pay attention and studies and, you know, takes notes. And, you know, he notices that as he looks at the bell, then looks back at Spider-Man, then goes for the bell kick, which then causes the symbiote to react.
See, I want to learn how Kraven knows about the weaknesses to the symbiote. I want to know this. How does he know? Because, like, I'm still looking at Taskmaster being, like... Here's the thing. I'm still looking at Taskmaster like he's, not being hunted. I truly do believe that if Taskmaster is on Kraven's list, I truly do think that that is a misdirect. I truly, honestly do think that is a misdirect. Because Taskmaster and Kraven did work together in Spider-Man Hunted. That could be a misdirect. See, look, that's what a lot of people are getting. Why is Taskmaster on his list? What did Taskmaster do to Kraven? And Kraven just finds it himself, and that the symbiote affected the sound. Like how the Iron Man. Ooh, yeah, I heard about the Iron Man game. The Iron Man game looks good. I just don't. The only Iron Man I remember playing an Iron Man game for PS2. I didn't play it a lot though. And Kraven just finds out by himself that the symbiote affected the sound. That's what I'm thinking too. So he probably. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Kraven is, and a lot of y'all do not know this. A lot of y'all are probably just meeting Kraven for the first time. Kraven likes to observe his prey. He likes to observe what he's hunting. So he probably might have saw a fight or something. He probably might have saw Peter fight or something like that. And he probably was like, and after he noticed that Peter had the black stone, he's like, wait, sound affects it. Okay, cool.
React to the bell to then, using its tendrils to kill the bell sound completely. With Kraven just, looking back in pure amazement, it seems like on his face, like, wow, you do have a weakness, or like whatever, Ending with, of course, Spider-Man saying, we'll finish this later, and Kraven saying, my final hunt. That cutscene gave nothing but pure chills. Moving on, we do get the cutscene between Miles and his mom, where essentially Miles is just stressed about college, Spider-Man, and as well just like balancing everything, but ultimately he's worried that Martin Lee is still out there, which does confirm that Martin Lee does actually end up escaping during that prison break scene in the story trailer. I do wonder if Otto ends up escaping too, but I mean, I don't know, like they haven't mentioned Otto.
I want to know this too, because they didn't mention Otto. My only problem is I'm still on this.
If Otto ends up escaping too.
Wait, but Otto's on the list though.
But I mean, I don't know, like they haven't mentioned Otto at all. We have heard rumors that he will be like he'll appear in the game, but he's not gonna like appear physically. Apparently it's gonna be like a voice memo of some sort, or voicemail or something. Then we move on to this section of the gameplay, and
I'm on Grammarly Premium, so in addition to automatically checking your spelling, grammar, and punctuation, the premium version
we will have these sort of like puzzles utilizing the triggers on the DualSense PS5 controller, and looks like you're also dodging beams from the inside of a particle accelerator. We then skip to this cutscene.
Hey, Insomniac, I didn't think that we were making a Flash game low key.
I couldn't get the audio for it, but I know they're in the Emily May Foundation, I'm pretty sure. And
so the final fight does not. Okay, so the final fight does not happen. Wait. So the final fight shouldn't happen here then. So that whole entire concept art was probably a cap.
As well, they're working on, again, a particle accelerator. And the iPad thing Harry has, it does say antidote complete. I'm assuming this may be the antidote to help Harry with his disease or something like that along those lines, but they get interrupted by Kraven's hunters, and I think the accelerator is making noise, causing the symbiote to react to it. That is until Harry turned it off, I think. After that, we get into gameplay with the symbiote, and we do see the ball destroy.
Yep, I called it too. So so Peter doesn't get the symbiote from here.
Kick 9,000.
So this is actually the Emily May Foundation. So Harry's lab is in here. This is what makes me think. This is automatically what makes me think that Peter doesn't get the symbiote from here. They completely shut that down.
move from the gameplay demo again. We see a familiar takedown from the first Spider-Man game, and we eventually do see the symbiote blast, which can be performed pressing L1 in circle. This is similar to Miles' Venom blast, but instead it's just symbiote tendrils for Peter. Spider-Man takes out the dog, which, if you actually didn't know, the dogs can emit large nullifying fields that lock out your skills until they're knocked out, so it's best to always, you know, take those ones out first, along with the Vulture
L1 square.
He uses L1 square symbiote ability. I don't know what this move is called, but L1 square is for this ability. Then we see the symbiote slam, which can be performed using L1 and X. And then I don't know if this maybe is like a symbiote tied animation, but there's a new animation for throwing weapons back at enemies when taking it away from them, so that's cool. Then this is interesting. So I think this is the new parry mechanic. So he goes for the dodge, then web zip, but it's a brute, so they ain't going for that. And the red circle appears, and I'm pretty sure it's L1 to parry, so he does that, blocks the attack. Kind of does look like he counter attacks, but I don't know if that was a block or
it low-key does look like he went for a web strike.
Counter attack, but yeah, into a kick, defeating the brute. Then we switch to this clip of the symbiote surge ability, where, if you didn't know, they remove suit powers, and for Peter you can press both analog sticks and go into the symbiote surge, and the symbiote design will change, and it's essentially a rage mode. Think of it as that one mission from Spider-Man PS4 where it's that costume party and Elite corrupts random people and you gotta take them down, and it's like 2 hits, they go down, and there's this animation. This is basically that, but with new symbiote animations, which is pretty dope. This guy definitely died. He's gonna be in the hospital. That bitch just got 3-pieced. Holy. Then this bitch just suffered massive blunt trauma to the head. Holy fuck. That guy just got sumo slammed to the ground.
At this point, bro, I am at this point, after seeing all the dual finishers that we got from, I think, the state of play, after seeing this, nah, I truly do think that he probably has killed someone.
Man, that symbiote surge shit looks crazy. Now, next up, the lizard stuff. So there's a sequence in this game where you're tracking down the lizard. Eventually it leads into an underground Oscorp lab built for Kurt Connors. Content creator Blitzwinger pointed out / mentioned that when he played the game, this specific sequence, he noticed there's a cutscene where you see a meteor. They do focus on this meteor for a second, and the thing about this meteor is that the symbiote on Pete's body, it starts to peel off of him trying to reach for that meteor. Keep in mind, this cutscene or sequence is not in like the gameplay that has been released, but it takes place right around here or right before this scene that I'm showing you right now. And you may be wondering, well, why was it reaching for the meteor? Well, because it apparently had this red symbiote swirl on it, like the meteor itself had the symbol on it. And if you don't know, that swirl is essentially from the recent symbiote comics from Donny Cates, where he made comics like Absolute Carnage and a couple others. I think Venom was involved too, but they also feature Null. If you don't know who Null is, he's basically literally the god of symbiotes. But now the most important question is, does this mean Null will appear in Marvel Spider-Man 2? I think very likely this is just an Easter egg, but you know, who knows?
It needs to be.
Null could appear in the game. Again, highly doubt it.
I don't see Null being in this game. I'm gonna be honest. We don't need Null being in the game just yet.
You know, like, he'll be in Spider-Man 2 specifically, like the main game story, but who knows? Depending on how Spider-Man 2 ends and who Venom is, maybe there's a possibility of Null showing up in the reportedly Spider-Man 2 DLC coming in 2024, or another possibility is if Insomniac ends up working on a Venom game and maybe Null could be the villain of that game. That could be an interesting thing, you know, with like a Venom game with like a War of Symbiotes with Null as a villain. That does sound like it would actually kind of go hard, but yeah, who knows? We'll see. And the thing is, guys, like we got to keep in mind, Insomniac does their research, guys. Like, they're fans just as much as we are. They read the comics, they played previous games, they watched all the movies, cartoons, pretty much everything, just like us. And they have mentioned before that they read Donny Cates' symbiote comic stuffs too, so it's always a possibility, but you know, highly unlikely for Marvel Spider-Man 2 specifically, as far as featuring Null the symbiote god in the main story. But yeah, we get that cutscene, then boss battle gameplay with the lizard, and right away
that does make sense. That does actually make sense.
We see the parry mechanic being put to use, and as well, it looks like we will be able to use our symbiote abilities during boss battles. And I make note of this because, you know, like sometimes in games, they don't let us use the overpowered shit because, you know, it's overpowered. But that's not the case here, although they have reportedly increased the difficulty due to, like, you know, the symbiote being overpowered, which, I mean, I think that's fair, like a fair balance, but we see he symbiote slams Lizard's head on the ground, which, ouch, goddamn.
That is actually really fair. Once again, I'm sorry I'm gonna keep flexing it, but they did that because of me.
him. We get a cutscene transition. The lizard ends up on the wall, and I like this. I don't know what this is called. Transition cutscene thing. I don't know what this is called. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a cutscene, but it kind of looks sort of like one. I want more stuff like this.
Yeah, they did that because of me.
Cool. I was gonna say QuickTime event, but there's no button sequence, so I don't know what to call that. So let's move on to the chase sequence, which does take place after the lizard boss battle. Now, I want to mention another creator, a way bigger creator, a video he made, or a couple videos he made recently. The Amazing Lucas. If you know him, he did a couple videos recently talking about this aspect of Spider-Man 2 is boring as far as like, you know, like the chase scenes and all that stuff. He thinks the chase sequences are boring and pretty much the same as the previous two games, and I gotta say I agree. And let me just preface before I get into this, Lucas can come off very entitled and ignorant, but he does sometimes make fair valid points, and I think in this case he's right, although again, he does.
You think the air combat? Yeah, I think the air combat has been improved. I haven't seen like a lot of it, so like I'm gonna have to see how good the air combat looks. I think it has been improved though.
Tend to come off the wrong way, but in a recent video he basically just said there's no innovation in this entire chase sequence. In this swinging part, you're just holding R2 and pressing circle to occasionally dodge. Then in the chase scene up the building, same thing, but they take away the only engagement
I think wall combat will be
had
implemented
in the previous part of the chase where we were
I can
web
see it being
swinging.
implemented.
Take that away, and all we're doing now at this point is just pressing circle to dodge. And again, I do agree with him, like by no means is this terrible. It looks good, but this is a video game, and realistically looking at this and judging it based off what we see right here right now, obviously we don't have the game yet, but again, based off this right here right now and looking at it gameplay wise, it isn't very engaging. And you know, he brought up some good fixes which I'll briefly go over, but I also want to add my own, maybe saving civilians while we're chasing lizard. And he did mention this, but I was thinking more of like, you know, the Spider-Man 2 scene, you know, in Spider-Man 2 when Spider-Man's catching up to Doc Ock and Doc Ock's throwing civilians at us from the train, and we have to save, and he was saving them as, you know, he attempts to catch up to Doc Ock. I just thought of that one. Lucas didn't mention that, so yeah, I think something like that would be really cool to, you know, just help with engagement as far as like making this sequence more entertaining. But the ones he did go on to mention is like, you know, have it so that the cars he's throwing at us, we have to web them up. It can go slow-mo and we web them up, similar to the helicopter scene in the first game, because Lizard is throwing these cars at us in broad daylight, and there's people in other cars outside. Why are we not webbing these cars? People are getting hurt,
the Avengers been through,
and you know, it also gives more engagement
throughout all the game. They've been doing their own thing with their own DLCs. I haven't even played Marvel's Avengers in like, I don't know, like 4 years. I haven't played Marvel's Avengers in like a minute, and I really don't want to play it anymore.
Something to do during these chase sequences other than just web swinging and hitting circle occasionally. And the thing is, they already essentially have these mechanics in the game, so they don't necessarily have to create something brand new from scratch. But yeah, I did want to just
I'm not
mention
playing
that because, you know, I do think Lucas has a point. He just, you know, tends to come off the wrong way. But with that, we get the final cutscene of this section where Lizard seems upset at Spider-Man, then Kraven comes in from a plane of some sort and, you know, just ends up firing what it looks like are explosive arrows at the Lizard, which, holy fuck, one of them blows off his entire tail, which is crazy because the tail is just literally fucking still wiggling. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's fact. It's not canon at all.
It folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle.
Yeah, we see Pete about to shove the cure for Lizard down his throat, but it fades to black. Now let's go over the brand new Venom footage. It's literally 10 seconds, so it isn't much, and it's gonna be pretty quick, but it actually looks super sick for the most part.
That thing that, like, it's not canon. Some stuff is not canon. Well, I don't
do want to preface and make sure you guys know this isn't gameplay or a cutscene. This is like a CGI trailer promo thing. So it starts off with Venom holding Spider-Man, slamming him down, which, guys, what the fuck? Why is he so huge? He literally can fit. He literally can fit Spider-Man, a grown-ass man, in the palm of his hands, in his grip. He's literally bigger than 19 inches. He's 4 times that. Okay, for real though. The point is, he's huge. Also, this part of the shot reminds me of this comic book cover. I don't recall the name of it, but if I can find it, I'll throw it up on the screen. We then see Miles about to go for his regular Venom blast attack, but Venom says, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, Venom automatically knows.
grabs this man with his symbiote tendrils and just throws him like, bro, you ain't even a part of this shit, get the fuck on. Then we see Peter visiting Aunt May's grave. He's very likely going to be grieving her more in this game, which will be interesting to see, maybe with the symbiote involved. We then see Venom jump to a building doing almost like a Hulk smash move, causing Peter.
So where have they been all this time? They've been out on the beach or somewhere. I think Square Enix, I don't know, Square Enix is the one that made the game. I just forgot because they got the tower over in this game, but I really don't know where they've been.
To fall off the building onto a taxi, then to the floor, fading the screen to black. This reminds me of that promo for the first game with Spider-Man fighting all the villains and making his way up to Mr. Negative. We see both Spider-Man grab their mask, fly in, and get some hits on Venom. Miles uses his new blue bioelectricity moves on Venom, knocking him down. Pete winds up for a catapult slingshot using the spider arms, hitting Venom in the chest.
I think we're gonna be able to do that, Cap. I think we're gonna be able to do that.
Pose as Venom roars loudly, as we then transition into them doing a cool slow-mo pose, and that's pretty much it. That was fire as fuck, Loki. Like, wow, I cannot wait to fight against.
See, this is what makes me think that it's Lee Price, right? And I'm not trying to say that it's not, but it looks like it is because the Dynamite Spider
as well, you know, find out exactly who it will be in this game. That shit looked dope as fuck. Now the thing is that, again, that wasn't gameplay, of course, and likely not cutscene either. That was very likely, you know, just CGI promo material, but it's dope because we haven't really seen anything like that for Venom so far, besides like the one cutscene we got in the story trailer or whatever. So I wonder like how much Venom promo there's gonna be before the game comes out, because like this was pretty neat. I hope we get some more cool stuff like this. What did you think of all the footage that we got and went over today? What was your favorite part? Mine personally was the Venom part, and as well the symbiote Spider-Man Craven scene. With that being said, I want to hear your opinion, so make sure to comment your thoughts down below so I can interact with you in the comments. Thank you for taking time out of your day to click on this video. If you're new to the channel, I try my best to cover Spider-Man.
I don't know, Lee Price will work perfect, but he would have no reason. We have no reason to hate Spider-Man in this universe. Lee Price can work perfectly because we have Scorpion in the game. Because I don't know if you have read I don't know if you've read a Venom comic before, but Lee Price was one of, okay, so keep in mind, Scorpion's in this game. Lee Price used to run with Scorpion's gang, and then after that, I think Scorpion hired him to work for Black Cat. And keep in mind, it was just a one-time job for Black Cat, but Scorpion's dead. Nah, Scorpion's not dead in this universe. But like, I don't know. It's better for me if I show you.
There's a new Venom. Now, a lot of you guys know that I'm rather upset there in a booth. Progresses League symbiote has had many hosts, some good, some bad. But the one thing that Venom knew very well was that the good ones are hard to come by. And soon Venom will learn that his newest host, Lee Price, is far from a good guy. As the night progresses, Lee gets a text from his friend Tony to come meet him at the diner tonight. He might have some work for him. Lee walks into the diner on time to see Tony sitting in a booth with another man named Mac Gargan. Mac is looking for a little side.
See? He got hired by Scorpion.
Business that could use a hand. Mac looks at Lee and tells him that Tony told him that he was an Army Ranger. Did he ever kill anyone over there? Lee doesn't respond at first and then tells him, yeah, you need to kill somebody for this job?
We haven't been seen. He hasn't been seen. He got put in the container. He got put in the container with Rhino. Yeah, that's true. But the thing is he got put in the container with Rhino. But then after, I'm pretty sure that because of Miles, they were returning all the villains back to the raft. So Scorpion is still in here.
Mac tells him, whoa, no way. My employer runs a strictly non-lethal organization. And Lee tells him, right. Mac turns to Tony telling him that this friend of his might be crazy. And there's a big problem with crazy. Tony tells him, no, you've got it all wrong. Lee's just nervous. And as Mac points at Lee's face, he says that isn't the look of a guy who's nervous. He's one of those guys that went over to the other side of the world and turned into a murder machine. Lee pulls off his left glove, showing that 2 of his fingers are missing. And he says that he was wounded in action and discharged from the Rangers. Having a hand like this won't get him the kind of security work that he'd like. And right now he needs work. Mac gets up from the table and then begins to walk out, telling the 2 of them that they don't need people to kill people. Just people who look like they're going to kill people. We'll call him tonight. Meanwhile, in the alleyway, Venom tries to find a host so that he won't wither away while an old drifter passes by.
See, look at this. What if they do that? What if Peter lets go of the symbiote and just leaves it somewhere?
Venom jumps out of the trash can onto the man and he begins to bond with him. But the old man is too weak, and Venom ends up vomiting as he absorbs the man. Flash Thompson is missing. Eddie Brock is nowhere to be found. What happened to the Venom symbiote? Why is he alone? He wipes the bile from his mouth, thinking that there's just too much pain in this New York. So many lost people, and now I'm becoming one of them. Later that night, Lee and Tony head out to where Mac told them the meeting was, and they find out that the cargo that they've been selling is some kind of a toxic gas. Tony jokes, telling him that before he would have just met a guy at the coffee shop to get a CV. Last year he moved a nuclear warhead. Like he actually
That's why I'm like tossing. That's the reason why I'm so like.
Before Tony could go on about how his life is changed.
That's the reason why like I'm so like. That's the reason why I'm thinking like, if it's not Eddie, Insomniac could pull a fast one on us and have Lee Price be Venom.
Changed, the buyers arrive, and the thug gets out stating that Uncle Tombstone would like to thank them for bringing his stuff. You can head home now. Tony says, wait, what about the payment? The thug tells him, your payment is living. Maybe you shouldn't be working for a crime boss who looks like a supermodel in spandex. They're referencing Black Cat. As Tony grabs his gun, the other thugs grab theirs, and Lee sighs, thinking that he didn't bring his gun.
See? Here's the thing. Lee used to run with Scorpion. Before he got hired by Black Cat. So who's to say that Lee Price couldn't exist in this universe if Scorpion's in the game? Who's to say?
One of the thugs points their gun at Lee, and Lee tells them that if they're going to do it, just go ahead and get on with it. But just before the thug can pull the trigger, there's a loud crash, and Venom comes bursting out of the wall, roaring. The thugs begin to open fire on him, and Venom quickly spreads himself out to shield Lee from being hit. As Venom begins to bond with Lee, he begins to see Lee's life and his time in the army. Venom tells him, my last host was a soldier, and he saved the world. Together, we can do. Shouldn't send Lee alone.
Because see, look at this. Black Cat is involved. And if you go back to the gameplay reveal, okay, wrong gameplay reveal. Go to the one about Marvel. Go to the one with Marvel. Go to Marvel. Like actually. And on top of that, if you go to Kraven's tablet right here, look who shows up on the tablet. Black Cat, Tombstone, and Scorpion, I think, is also mentioned. Hold up. I think Scorpion was mentioned, right? And the Raft. Scorpion is not on this list, but if you notice, Black Cat and Tombstone are on this list. And I want to say Scorpion could be mentioned, but I'm not sure if he's like on the list. So it's a possibility that Lee Price could already be out, and probably Spider-Man and probably Peter didn't catch him. That's my guess. They print on tablet. I would assume he's Venom. Exactly. We would automatically assume that he's Venom. He didn't appear on the tablet. Scorpion didn't appear on the tablet either, but he's in the raft. And Harry would, and here's the thing, Norman would not be a suspect for Venom. Harry wouldn't, because he has no reason to hate Spider-Man. And then You have Tombstone, you have Black Cat there. It lines up perfectly for Lee Price to be Venom. Black Cat looks like she has a new costume. Yeah. Because here's the thing. Now I'm curious. Now I'm wondering if MJ is looking like that, then Black Cat has to right way to up her and like looks. That's what I'm wondering, because like here's the thing, like if you look right here.
What about sending Augustine along for the job? Cat thinks about it and it tells him no. We'll send Gargan. Venom shouts, "We don't like Mac! What is happening?" And
on top of that, why would Brian get up there and say like why would Brian answer and say that it's not Eddie? This is what makes me think that it's between Harry, even though like I said, I don't think it's Harry. I truly do think that it's Lee Price. Even though it could end up being, a lot of people are saying that Eddie's in the game, but after hearing that Brian said that Venom is not going to be Eddie Brock, all he said was that Eddie's in the game. I took that as Eddie's in the game. He's just not going to be Venom. And I really hope that I'm right if I'm right about it being Lee Price. I hope that I'm right about it being Lee Price.
says, "It's obvious we're being outplayed here." Lee takes the information, begins to walk.
I really hope that I'm right. I really do hope that I'm right. I mean, for me, I'm not a Black Cat guy. I'm more, and yes, a lot of people hate me. I like Silver Sable more. Oh, let's see what Dom's doing.
Release a physical version, and once installed, have it direct display.
Where they actually
Faction 2 is
reveal
never coming out. Very disappointing. A big Last fan, but having no game or TV announcements on Team Anniversary, disappointing. Last Part 2 for PC, please.
I'm not gonna lie. Wait, did they actually hold up? Nah, I'm not even. I can't look at that. I cannot look at that. I really do think that they can do it. Hold on, let me turn my PS4 back. I mean, last PS4, PS5 on. Oh wow. Who else do you guys want to see? TLOU 2 remaster leaks? I don't know. I'm thinking because like I was looking at Dom's stream this morning, so I was like, hey, let me go ahead and go in there. I'm thinking that too. It could be. Hold on, let me actually check. Caboose. Okay, we'll do Caboose next. I do want to check to see if there's any TLOU 2 leak or TLOU 2 remaster leak. Okay, I haven't seen Evan. I'll do Evan today, and after I'll do Caboose tomorrow. What actually I swear if well, hold on. I want to check to see if this is the thing. Because, like, I've been trying to see if there is a remastered happening over at 60 frames. All right, we're gonna do. All right. Oh no, today's the 10-year anniversary for Taylor. All right, so you said we'll do Caboose and we'll do. Actually, don't want me to do Evan first. I'll do Evan and after that we'll do Caboose tomorrow. Bro, I'm sorry, his intros are just so heat.
Welcome back, true believers and all you spectacular Spidey fans, to another very exciting episode of Marvel Spider-Man 2 101. And with only less than 3 days to go until Marvel Spider-Man 2 fully releases worldwide, the overall hype levels for the game have never been higher. However, if this brand new info for the game is to be believed, then I'm pretty sure the Marvel Spider-Man 2 hype will increase even further. Where in this video, I'm mainly going to be discussing some fairly recent information that was revealed about the game's side missions, as well as some pretty major teases to Spider-Man's wider rogues gallery, which may or may not appear in the final game. So if you want to fully board this hype train with me, then definitely be sure to thwip that like button and subscribe to the channel for any major Marvel Spider-Man 2 content in the future. So to kick things off with this article from Games Radar, is that Marvel Spider-Man 2 has some quote-unquote really cool surprises in its side content. You should play the sequel's optional side missions. Whereas this information was originally unveiled by Daniel Baptista, who I was not only fortunately able to meet during the Marvel Spider-Man 2 preview event, but Daniel himself was actually able to interview Jacinda Chu from Insomniac Games, who, if you don't know, is the senior art director working on Marvel Spider-Man 2. And if you want to see Daniel's entire interview with Jacinda, then I will make—
Yeah, okay, for those who don't know, yeah, I made a video about Jacinda talking about the black suit. And she actually thought, and I'm not sure she actually thought about this, but I'm pretty sure she thought about this. She wanted to know, she's the one, I'm not sure she requested, I'm pretty sure everyone actually wanted to say, hey, let's go ahead and figure out a way to put the black suit, let's go ahead and combine the black suit with the storyline instead of it being, you know, just there.
Interview with Jacinda, then I will make sure to leave a link to it in the description below. But for the case of this video, the article states that the developer of Marvel Spider-Man 2 has made quote-unquote a big effort with the sequel's side content, which includes more narrative than ever before. In an interview with the movie podcast, Jacinda Chu encouraged future Marvel Spider-Man 2 players to play optional missions to see quote-unquote some really cool surprises. According to Chu, Insomniac has quote-unquote added a lot of great side content this time around that adds even more narrative to the game. And as Jacinda elaborated further, is that we've added a lot of great side content. One of the things I know people love about our game is just the amount of narrative and story that we have in the world. So we've definitely made a big effort and pushed to put a lot of narrative into the side content. So I would tell people to please play those optional missions, because you will see some really cool surprises, where in fact, if we look back at the recently released overview trailer, we not only see a wide variety of side missions that are taking place within the newly updated Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app, which will feature missions that do revolve around either Peter, Miles, or both of the Spider-Men, but we also got some quick glimpses at what appears to be some of Spider-Man's biggest foes, which may be reserved for the center stage in regards to the game's multitude of side missions. Rather than incorporating them into the game's main narrative, considering that it seems like the core story of Marvel Spider-Man 2 is primarily going to focus on the big three antagonists with that of the Lizard, Kraven, and Venom, similar to what we previously saw within Spider-Man PS4, where in the case of Tombstone, which was easily the best side mission throughout the entire game, even though we did initially—
I'm not gonna lie, it was one of the best side missions, but it was like, to me, the best side mission in the game was, dang, we didn't have really good side missions in the game, didn't we? To me, like, the best side mission was Taskmaster. I love Taskmaster.
Encounter him as Mary Jane during one of the game's main story missions, the only way that we were actually able to fight him as Spider-Man is by going through his entire side mission arc. And this certainly made it all the more meaningful for the player in terms of narrative engagement, which is exactly what we already saw within Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, where every single one of the side missions within that game felt a lot more personal to Miles and his story. So seeing that Insomniac have once again clearly learned some valuable lessons from their previous Spider-Man games, and are making sure to incorporate and fully polish those assets within Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is showing just how well refined the experience is shaping up to be. But now moving on to the meat of the situation is who exactly within Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery will we be facing off against during these side missions. And no, I'm not only talking about seeing Mysterio and the Prowler appear within the overview trailer, but rather take a closer look at the—
Please, I beg, Insomniac. Insomniac, please, I beg you. Please have Prowler have better beats. Please. Please. I want to see, I really do want to see what happens if Peter becomes Venom. Keep in mind, Peter will not become Venom for the whole game, but just for a section where we're gonna have to fight him as Miles. I really do want to see what happens if Prowler's there, so that we can have, double the damage, and Prowler can make music that messes with Venom's head. Even though my ears are not gonna be able to take it, but it will be heat.
icons that we see appear in the main map, where alongside of the green eye icon as well as the Prowler's mask obviously being in relation to Mysterio and the Prowler, we also see a couple symbols that look to be the shape of an orange rock as well as a red flame, where if I had to make an educated guess, I would say that the orange rock is trying to take the shape of a large chunk of granite. And for the case of the red fire symbol, we actually see quite a few enemies within this overview trailer sporting this insignia, which not only fully confirms a brand new enemy faction, but also implies that there should be a bigger Spider-Man villain out there leading that group of enemies. And based
Could it be Molten Man? Actually, no, I don't think it could be Molten Man.
On everything that we've seen and heard about Marvel Spider-Man 2 so far, especially knowing how much more impactful the side missions are shaping up to be, I would bet my 19 inches of venom that these two villains that are being teased within Marvel Spider-Man 2 are none other than the Sandman and Molten Man.
Is that an Oscar with my name on it?
I called it. I absolutely 100% called it.
Other than the Sandman and Molten Man.
Is that an
I called it too. Let's go.
Oscar with my name on it? Yeah, I was thinking Emmy, but spiders can't be choosers.
Looking for this, webhead?
We're not looking for something.
Yeah, I called that it was gonna be Sandman or Molten Man.
There's only one way to protect.
Well, if it ain't my old pal, Flint Marko, the Sandman. You know, every time we play together, I end up digging sand out of my costume.
You're gonna find the first game of Miles.
To start things off with Flint Marko, aka the Sandman, it wouldn't be surprising in the least if he was to be featured in Marvel's Spider-Man 2, considering that he was already shown as an Easter egg within one of the collectible backpacks in Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah.
And it's confirmed that Peter has already fought him in the past. But alongside of that obvious fact, if we actually stop and take a more in-depth look at the Digital Deluxe Edition trailer, we do see this blink and you'll miss it shot of Spider-Man, who is once again fighting the enemies with the fire insignia, is directly fighting in
I see it.
With the fire insignia is directly fighting in an area that has been completely encompassed with sand.
Yeah.
Which at the same time could easily be a construction site that has gone under attack by this brand new enemy faction, but I'm pretty sure all of us diehard Spider-Man fans are a whole lot smarter at this point. And simply imagining what a full-scale Sandman boss fight would look like within Marvel Spider-Man 2, where we would not only be able to actually fight Sandman as both Peter and Miles, but also imagining what the size of Sandman would be like while fully running on the PlayStation 5 would simply be a dream come true for any Spider-Man gamer out there. And besides Mysterio himself already being one of my most wanted villains to appear within Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Sandman is without a doubt right next to him on that list. Now moving on to this fire symbol that we keep seeing, is that we do get a slight tease as to what exactly these missions entail. Whereas you can see during this part of the overview trailer, is that Peter is heading straight towards one of these fire missions that's titled Where Have You Been? Where the objective is to help Chief Clark. Where, if I had to guess, I would say that Chief Clark is one of the main firemen that's working at the New York Fire Department.
And probably Molten Man is going around, or probably all of Molten Man's faction is probably lighting up buildings across the city. Okay, I know where he's going with this one.
Based on this symbol and this brand new enemy faction, is that there might be a whole lot of arson going on within Marvel's New York. And Spider-Man is likely going to try and do his best to put these fires out. Now, for the case of this brand new enemy faction themselves, the only two main fire-based Spider-Man villains that I can think of directly relate to Butane and Molten Man. Now, for the case of Butane, he's actually one of the far more deep-cut Spider-Man villains within his Rogues Gallery.
Okay, a lot of people honestly, this surprised me. I don't know Butane. It could be Butane. I don't think it could be Molten Man, because if it's Molten Man, then Molten Man would be going around without, like, Molten Man would be undressed. Kind of, sort of. So yeah, it could be Butane.
But if you have kept up to date with other Spider-Man media, you would have seen that he's actually going to be making an appearance within the upcoming Spider-Man cartoon with Spider-Man Freshman Year. And trust me, if Insomniac is already fully capable of including Screwball within Spider-Man PS4, then I don't think it would be that far-fetched for them to include a Z-list villain like Butane within Marvel's Spider-Man 2. But for me, I would much rather like to see their own unique twist on a character like Molten Man within their Spider-Man universe.
Yeah.
Similar to how Molten Man within the Spectacular Spider-Man
was Liz Allen's brother.
Cartoon was actually Liz Allen's brother of Mark Allen instead of the original character of Molten Man with Mark Raxton. Which, in my opinion, is actually my personal favorite version of the Molten Man character. And seeing how Insomniac are...
Ooh, you can have him go to the bar and No Name and meet Blackie Gaxton? Ooh. You can have him meet Gaxton? Hold on, man. Rewind that. See, look, we don't know if Screwball is Liz Allen or that, but now I'm thinking that it is.
Me, I would much rather...
We don't know if Screwball's identity is Liz Allen, but if it is actually Mark Allen, then Screwball is Liz Allen.
They'd like to see their own unique twist on a character like Molten Man within their Spider-Man universe. Similar to how Molten Man within the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon was actually Liz Allen's brother of Mark Allen instead of the original character of Molten Man with Mark Raxton. Which, in my opinion, is actually my personal favorite version of the Molten Man character. And seeing how Insomniac are already taking several liberties within Marvel's Spider-Man 2, with the biggest one being of them confirming that the traditional Venom host of Eddie Brock is not going to be the Venom that we see within Marvel's Spider-Man 2, I have no doubt that Insomniac's writers know exactly what they're doing. And if that means that we end up receiving new and fresh takes for all these Spider-Man characters and their respective stories, then I for one am all for it. Now, the last major villain that was teased for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is actually one that's a pretty massive spoiler for the game's story. So if you want to experience Marvel's Spider-Man 2 by going in completely blind, then now's your chance to either click off the video or just skip ahead once I'm done talking about this particular villain. And believe me when I say that this is an absolutely massive villain. And my jaw pretty much dropped straight to the floor once I knew exactly what Insomniac was referencing. So during my hands-on gameplay with Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which I can't show you within this B-roll footage, is that I set out as Peter to track down the lizard directly after that PlayStation Showcase demo.
Oh yeah, Blitzfinger told me this already. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna listen to it.
And during the sequence, Peter followed the lizard to the sewers where he actually found an underground lab that Kurt Connors was using. And in this lab,
and my suspicion was confirmed that there is a lab in the sewer, and everybody was calling me crazy.
We do see a lot of scientific projects that Kurt is working on, but crazily enough, we also see what appears to be a piece of the meteorite that the symbiote came to Earth on. And with this meteorite, not only do we see a sequence where the symbiote, which is currently on Peter, is actually trying to leave Peter's body and go back to the meteorite, but right on the front of the meteorite itself, we do see a symbol which clearly resembles a giant red spiral. And for any of you who have kept up with the recent Venom comics, you would know full well that that giant red spiral is clearly a sign directly relating to Null, who is the god of the symbiotes. And if these Insomniac Spider-Man games didn't already prove that these titles are made by the fans for the fans, then I honestly don't know what will. The fact that Insomniac directly included a Null Easter egg in Marvel Spider-Man 2 is absolutely insane. However, I think fully introducing Null within the story—
Wait. Null can only work with Eddie being there. Null can... Could it work with Lee? Yeah, Null can only work with Eddie being there. I'm still sticking with my Lee Price theory, though. I'm still gonna stick with the Lee Price theory.
Spider-Man 2 is just a bit too ambitious for this game's main narrative, and instead, I mainly think that Insomniac is going to be focusing on the symbiote and how that alien creature ends up bonding with Peter to then later attach itself to another host and become Venom. And if anything, I think that this nod to Null is simply an Easter egg for die-hard Venom fans. But who knows, if we somehow actually end up seeing Null appear within Marvel's Spider-Man 2 or the inevitable Marvel Spider-Man 3, that would just be flat out crazy. But nonetheless, it looks like we're just gonna have to find out for ourselves by the time we actually play Marvel Spider-Man 2 on October 20th. In the end, everybody, Spider-Man has an absolutely gigantic rogues gallery, and knowing exactly who we're already going to be facing off against within the game, and seeing who has now been teased to be featured in Marvel Spider-Man 2, I genuinely believe what Jacinda said, where we are definitely going to be expecting a whole lot more surprises by the time we play the full game. And I, for one, just can't wait to find out exactly what they are. But until that time comes, everybody, that's the video I have for all you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think of these villain teases for Marvel Spider-Man 2?
like them.
And besides the villains I've already listed, which other villains would you want to fight within the game? It could be another character like the Beetle, Morbius, or potentially anyone else. Let me know what you think, and be sure to leave—
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm thinking since they said secret villains, I can't see it being Butane. I can see we already got Big Will and Hydro Man. Mold Man. I can see it being Mold Man for
leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy, and for more Marvel Spider-Man 2 videos like this in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans, and until next time, peace out.
That was a good video. But chat, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Well, without a doubt. Shout out to everybody for being out here to the live stream. And I'll see you guys later. Peace, guys.